Welcome to Tuber Chat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today is a complimentary channel to a couple of creators who happen to be fellow Canadians that are here with us every single day. They make themselves a part of the YouTube community by participating in a lot of StreamYard panels and now hosting a lot of them as well. And so Rihanna's Life Adventures is where we get to learn about Rihanna from Mike and Rihanna's Adventures a little bit better. She's got some shorts, and I see they've actually got a brand new one. They're in Medicine Hat, Alberta, where it's 8 a.m. right now. And yes, Tuber Chat's early today. We used to do a lot of streams at this time, but my work schedule did not allow that for a long period of time. So today I had an opportunity to do an early stream, and we wanted to make sure we get one in. We always mix up the days and times here so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. Rihanna's Life Adventures is now at 81 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther towards the 100 that we know she's thinking about. The road to the first 100 is more challenging than ever before, but as long as we're all doing as much as we can for each other, we see channels growing, hitting different milestones like the first 100 and far beyond all the time. So we're getting an idea of the variety of content that Rihanna's Life Adventures is going to bring to us, including a new syndicated Wednesday stream where they're talking travel. We're going to go over to Mike and Rihanna's Adventures right now. And Mike recently became a travel agent, so we get a lot of travel talk on this channel now, but this couple is bringing us a lot of vlogging material. They could be indoors, they could be outdoors, giving us a chance to get to know them or taking us out on an adventure with stories to be told. They are getting very close to 3,000 subscribers. They're officially on the road now, and here's where we start to see some of the travel talk videos. Mike from Mike and Rihanna's Adventures is really doing a great job of keeping up with a lot of our friends in the cruising and travel community. A lot of them were out on a collaboration cruise this past week, and Mike is helping us keep up with them. He's got some shorts on the channel with Rihanna. These creators together are bringing us shorts that get into 2,300, 2,400, and 3,000 views, and then live streams are frequent. So they've got a Sunday Fun series, which happens every week and has been for as long as I can remember, and then they've got Across the Waves now, which we saw from the other channel, which is a syndicated StreamYard panel where they're going to have other travel experts talking with them as well. So hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting to these two channels. That's Mike and Rihanna's Adventures and Rihanna's Life Adventures, complimentary channels for this vlogging couple. And we'll get to spinning the wheel shortly. So I see Follow the Bradley's Fun is here. The Gambler After Dark is in the house. Chocolate Drop was in the house early. Fairbrook's Studio is back with us again, so thank you for that. And our beloved Scratch and PPA, of course, is at the pole position on the Wheel of Doom. Michael's Adventures will send his regards. He's one of our beloved moderators that always lets us know he's thinking about us on the days he can't be here. Bayou Bengal Fantasy Network is in the house. Moon Boots, good to see you here. King Morgan is in the house. Rushing Wind Mountain is coming up. Anthony J is also on the wheel. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Florida Claimers Ted was here for a moment. He might be in the background, and we see him often both here in Tuber Chat and out on Nora's channel, The Stock Explorer. Florida Claimers Ted is somebody who supports, I believe, all of my channels, as a matter of fact, including our copyright-free music channel. If anybody hasn't already seen that, all the same music that you hear in the background of Tuber Chat is available as copyright-free music that you can use in your videos and live streams. We have a separate channel, and there are MP3 download links in the bottom of most of the descriptions over there. Mark the Shark is in the house, and Kermit in Alaska is also here. Good to see you both. And let's look at our Georgia Suburban Homestead. Scraptastic Crocheter, good to see you coming in. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. So our Georgia Suburban Homestead is at 971 subscribers. They are officially on the road and getting close to that magical 1K, which is a fantastic and exciting milestone in all of our YouTube journeys. We'd love to push them a little bit farther. They're here with us just about every single day. We see that they've got some shorts on their channel, and what they want to inspire and motivate us to do is grow our own food, even if we happen to live in a residential neighborhood, because a lot of our homesteading friends will point out the idea that some of the homesteading activities like preparing, canning, growing our own food, and other gardening activities can happen indoors or in small spaces. So our Georgia Suburban Homestead wants to motivate us for that. They've got some shorts on the channel that have gotten into well over 5,000 views now, which is great to see. Live streams on the channel are frequent as well. They're coming on at least once a week. Hopefully we'll see another one soon. We've got notifications on for every single channel in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and the hopes of catching as much content from each other as possible. And then Bamanola Adventures is being added to the wheel with Ria's Blissful Connections. We'll spin the wheel again. If anybody would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. If you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Ria's Blissful Connections. Look at that luck. I just put you on the wheel, and the odds are ever in your favor. So we've got you up on the screen right now, and this is another creator who's very close to that magical 1K milestone. So I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther. Ria's Blissful Connections is somebody who recently found Superchat just within the last month or so, and has already had a little bit of impact as a professional educator and homeschooling mom, producing lots of videos here that give us an educational idea and some goal setting here, some of the things that they're teaching, some of the lessons that they can share with us as well in their video series. But they've also got some shorts here as well. Now I'm still getting to know the channel, but we see that some of these shorts are getting into a couple hundred views, and one of them over 4,800, which is great to see. Ria's Blissful Connections has been with us just about every single day since finding us about a month ago. And then Paralife TV, your everyday wheelchair ninja, says, yeah, lots of small community gardens. We were actually inspired to get started with that ourselves. We have some dear friends who are only about 20 minutes away from us here in the Niagara Falls area of Ontario, Canada. There's a channel called Hope Bus that makes frequent appearances. They've been friends for at least a couple of years, if not 3 years now. And we went to visit them, and I did a tour of the Hope Bus, which I put on my other channel. And what we were given by them, they literally took, Vicky from that channel, took a basil plant and a tomato plant and handed it to us and said, here, you're going to start growing some stuff. And Kristen was looking after that, and in the first year she said she was taking about 10 basil leaves a week off the thing, and then the tomatoes we were using as well. But she's expanded now, so Kristen has been motivated. I forget the different things that she's growing, at least 5 different things now, and she's planning to continue expanding that. She's actually got a device that we hope to unbox and do a video of, which is a self-contained indoor garden type of idea where you can grow your own spices. So we'll keep an eye on her for that. But yeah, it's great to see friends motivating each other. We certainly are grateful for that. Anthony J is up on the screen right now, and we'll see what they've got going on here. This is a creator who is, they've just updated their banner, I think, as a matter of fact. Anthony J's fairly new to TuberChat as well, just finding us within the last month to month and a half. They got some shorts on their channel. Why can't I, for the life of me, remember what they called this fish yesterday? Look at the size of this thing. I'm looking for the thing. Pardon me for a second. We'll be right back. So, pardon me for a second. I'll tell you a story in a second about what that's about. My truck's in for repair right now. Today is not a lucky day. Let's look at these. I can't remember what this was. Does anybody remember from yesterday what they called this particular fish that they keep catching? Look at the size of these things. For the life of me, I can't remember. And then when we get into live streams, we see that they've done a couple of these as well, which is great to see. And we will, this is a channel I'm still getting to know, so we'll keep an eye on them. I'll continue to learn as I get through their content. One of the things I like about putting channels on the screen here in Superchat is that over time I get to know the channels, and over weeks and months by watching videos and hanging out in live streams and premieres, I get to know the content. And then if you want to connect on the outside social networks, I'm always happy to get to know creators in that way as well. And I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. Anthony J, forgive me, what was the name of the fish that I kept on talking about? Yesterday we talked about it and you told me the name, and it's just not coming to me right now. I don't know why. And it is a fish. I know I missed a channel coming in. James Money 615, an incredible supporter. He's always out supporting everybody on all of my channels as well. I see him. And then what is it? Kelly Family? I'm sorry, pardon me. I am scrolling through the chat to try to find the channel that I just missed coming in. Kelly Family Adventures. Yes, thank you for being here again. And then hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. So I tell people all the time, oh, there it is, Long Nose Gar. Is that what that's called? And thank you for that. I tell people all the time that I tend to be lucky in life. Not always, but let's say 50% of the time. When you ask just about anybody about winning something or entering a contest or even bad luck, somebody might say, oh, with my luck, everything's going to go wrong. Most people seem to say that or think that way. And so I decided a long time ago not to. And when I go through a lot of life experience of my own, I find that I'm lucky half the time. An example would be like getting pulled over for traffic tickets and things like that. Half the time I've been let go and half the time I get the tickets. So sometimes you bring a vehicle in for what hopefully isn't going to be an expensive repair. And half the time you get good news and say, oh, it's going to actually cost less than you thought it was. Because I do have a great, reliable, fair, and honest mechanic. And we all know what the value of that is. So I'm grateful for that. But they just called me right now. I knew I was sending it in to have an oxygen sensor changed. What I didn't know is that I'm now having 2 oxygen sensors changed. So what was not going to be an overly expensive repair is still not overly expensive considering what it is, but we just doubled up, which is great. So I have no choice but to laugh at that. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. I had Mike and Rihanna's Adventures on the wheel still, even though I put their channel up first, and now Chocolate Drop is going to come up. There's somebody we looked at earlier yesterday. And thank you, by the way. I know you came over to my personal channel and left a comment, which I have not responded to yet. I used to be a DJ for about 25 years, actually, my whole adult life. And I only recently got out of it. I've done a couple of favors since then. I really don't do it anymore. Once in a while. But I put up some of the old work that I had done, which are remixes of some popular songs on my original channel. I've got all kinds of copyright claims and stuff like that, but that's okay because I knew I would get them before I put the stuff up. But I know that Chocolate Drop went over and checked out one of the newer Jennifer Hudson songs that I had put up. It's not a new song. I did that remix like 15 years ago, but I still put it up anyway. But thank you for that, because I always appreciate when people go over and do that kind of thing as well. Day One Adventures is in the house. Let me get you on the wheel. And Anthony J, did you say you're a mechanic? Yes, a mechanic by trade for 35 years. Part of me wishes sometimes that maybe I had gone a little bit farther. In our school system, I was able to take an auto mechanic class in 9th grade, and it's just an introductory carpentry class. They, teach you how to do your own oil change and change some belts. And I had done a couple of repairs on my first vehicle. I think I put an alternator in. Batteries I've changed a bunch of times. And then I did a rad once. And my father kind of forced me because I wanted to just take it and get it done. And I was young at the time. It was my very first vehicle of my own. And, of course, money's tight when you're learning about all that stuff. And my dad said, nope, we're ordering the rad and you're going to sit here and fix it. And you're not driving until it's done. And so I did it. It wasn't that difficult. And I'm grateful now. And we think about that sometimes. You look at the life lessons that you have, and for a lot of people, what parents and other influencers do to us, and we are so angry about it at the time, like, oh, life's not fair, just let me do what I want, right? But then later in life, you're so grateful for the lessons that you did learn, because now, at least when you go to a mechanic, you have a little bit of a clue, right? Or you understand what you're paying for. That can translate online as well. Some of us are going to start doing things eventually like paying people to do some of our video editing or filming or looking after our channels and things like that. Half of my full-time job is basically looking after YouTube channels and other social media. But what I try to instill in people, even when I run channels for somebody else or other things, I insist that they do a little bit of work themselves. We're exploring merchandise for a couple of the channels now, and I said to the guy, well, you might as well try to design a couple things, even though he doesn't do any graphic design, and that way you understand the value of what's happening and why it's so important to keep people happy when they're paid for that stuff, whether it's me that's going to do it or other people that do it. This is why I said yesterday as well, for those of you who were in the stream, I said something about what's the cheapest is not always the best idea. In my opinion, it's one of the worst ideas ever. But if you have an idea of what has to be done, and I go back to the idea of auto mechanics, right? If you can fix a few things, if you can change a tire, if you can change a belt, if you can maybe put a battery or an alternator in, which is usually not difficult on most vehicles, then at least you get an idea of what the mechanics are doing, because otherwise we're just dropping off our vehicle saying, well, I hope it's not thousands of dollars, and not really knowing the difference, right? Depanshu Gaming, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. Chocolate Drop was early in the door today again, and they have a lot of variety on their channel, so they want to take us out. Lately what we've seen is a bunch of haul videos where they're taking us shopping. They want to help us save some money. They're working on some gardening here, we can see in some of the videos that have been most recently put out. A lot of variety, but you'll see that this creator is always smiling, always laughing. They've got some shorts on their channel as well. Some of these have gotten now into a couple thousand views, one over 7,700, which is great to see. When we look at live streams, we see that Chocolate Drop is on frequently, usually almost every day, as a matter of fact. I wish I caught you for that. I just made chili last week. And Chocolate Drop is somebody who has an inside joke with me as well. You'll see them call me customer service everywhere we run into each other. And I'm sure that's just because of my voice and the way that I talk here in Tuber Chat. But it's wonderful to have friendships with creators that are flourishing. And you'll find that in your own YouTube journey, no matter where you are right now. There are people you have not met yet that are going to become some of your most loyal and dedicated supporters. But more so, they will become friends. Home Bartending with John, I've got you on the wheel. It's the Bankroll is in the house. Maritza's Crafts, Maritza's Yarn and Crafts, I've got you on there as well. I'm not really watching what I'm doing here, but that's okay. Let me make sure Rushing Wind Mountain is still on there. I think I missed another channel. Get to the Farm is here. Grow Big TV is the second channel from Garden State Gardener. I got to start remembering, Joe, to put your second channel up when I'm talking about Garden State Gardener. I don't know why I haven't remembered that yet. So Grow Big TV is our dear friend Garden State Gardener. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. If anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. And if you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Jerry from Butler Family Farm, I hope I said hello. I did put you on the wheel a while ago. Judgment Day Mike Harper is coming in. I'm going to get them on there. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And Coffee Walks and Whatever is in the house as well. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody. Let me spin the wheel. Yeah, I'm usually not. We're usually not on Monday mornings. I'm gonna try to make Mondays more of a regular thing. I'm gonna try. I can never promise. That's why I keep things open-ended by saying we mix up the days and times, and we're never really sure. But my work weeks, even though I've been saying it for a couple months now, no matter what happens, they really are going to start to get shorter. At least the outdoor stuff, which will leave me more time for Monday streams and weekday streams and things like that. Rex Freestyle Pack Rips, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Joe from Grow Big TV just dropped a super chat. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. He's done that countless times before, so thank you for that. That's the second channel from Garden State Gardener. So we'll look at both of his channels right after we go on break. We'll do that in a few minutes here. I Want to Know, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I know a lot of times on Mondays especially, people are busy. Not to mention Sunday. We got a lot of church-going friends and things like that. Jeffrey, Jamestown Baseball Commissioner, good to see you back in the house. Thanks for coming in. And we're looking at Day One Adventures, who's bringing us events, travel, movies, food, and much more. I'm going to grab their video that's in the featured position here, put this in a special playlist I have called Catch Up, and that's just so that I can keep caught up with creators. And we'll dig through their videos. I see they've got another new one as well. I'll leave that one for today. They just put that up yesterday. And we get an idea of some of the things they're doing. Hotel room reviews. That's always an easy, I shouldn't say easy, but in my opinion, it's one of the easier types of videos to make. If you happen to ever need to go to a hotel of any kind and it feels appropriate for your channel, doing a room review is something that is not difficult. And the reason why I say that is because whether you want to walk around the room before you put your stuff down and put your stuff away, if you have 5 minutes, you can just walk around the room quickly, learn where everything is, and then just take your camera and you literally just have to do this very slowly. And then you can talk over it afterwards if you want to, or talk while you're doing it, and then replace it with stuff you talk over afterwards if you want. But I've done a few of those, and a couple of them have gotten into thousands of views. When you think about it, hotels are businesses that are going to be there for a long period of time in almost every case. Not always, but you know what I mean. Most of the places we're going to see are going to be there for literally years on end, and people will always be traveling to places. It's not always travelers that use these, like sometimes residents need them for different reasons, and there's a million different reasons to use hotels, but they're common and they're very much searched. So if you want to put out a video that could be considered almost evergreen, not quite, but almost, because hotels don't usually renovate frequently. They do it every few years. So your video will be relevant for a long time to come. But that's a great idea. And then they bring us to lots of other outdoor places and things like that. Day One Adventures is over 1,200 subscribers. When we look at their shorts videos, we see that some of these have gotten into 2,000, 3,000, even over 4,000 views and on the way towards 5,000 now. So, if I've missed anything in the chat that anybody meant for us to see, or if I missed anything in the chat that anybody meant specifically for me to see, please just mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or at mention Tuber Track Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open, hopefully catch it the next time around. And then Blood Dragoon is still in the house. Nancy B. Scratcher, good to see you here. Milk Honey Heritage Farms is in the house. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. I felt like I missed another channel coming in. Yeah, hotel videos. I've even got another hotel video. My sister needed a place for a conference that she was working in here in Niagara Falls, where I live, as a matter of fact. And the idea is you could even film the room and then go back to the hotel when it's convenient to start looking at the front desk and the workout room and the pool and all the other stuff, if they happen to have it, whatever amenities they have. So I'm a fan of those, just because, like I said, I've done a few myself, and over a long period of time they get thousands of views, right, which is great. So what we're going to do right now is just go for 3 minutes. Thank you, Day One Adventures. 17 months of membership. Thank you for that. I really do appreciate that. That's almost a year and a half. And I've got quite a few names on the wheel. Watch Us Decorate. I did put you on Foxy's Friends. I hope I mentioned that I put you on a while back. Grow Big TV dropped a super chat for us. That's Garden State Gardener. So we're going to look at both of his channels as soon as we come back. All right, we're back and we're going to look at Garden State Gardener. This is another channel that they've got set up. They've got almost 100 subscribers already. They have yet to put out content, but we know that they'll have lots. Garden State Gardener is a longtime friend, and that's Joe. He dropped a super chat before we went on break there, so thank you for that, Joe. He's done that countless times. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody coming into the chat, but we'd love to support this creator. You can see that their channel has just grown like crazy. Garden State Gardener is now getting close to 15,000 subscribers. I'm just going to grab his video here. This is a registration video for today. Pierogi Monday is a live stream that he'll do. You can see he uses the wheel that we use here from wheelofnames.com, but look at how full that gets. It is not uncommon during his streams to see anywhere upwards of 70 people watching. I think I've seen him with over 100 once. And I was actually on his channel just a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, Garden State Gardener, which I was thankful for. It's my second time hanging out with Joe. This time we were with Rebel Canners. We had a conversation over an hour about YouTube, which is really, really cool. And he brings up a lot of StreamYard panelists. Now, he comes to us from the homesteading community of channels, so he will give us garden updates, tips, and tricks. He gets involved in a lot of seed swaps and is incredibly knowledgeable when it comes to different types of vegetables, fruits, plants, spices, all the different things that we might think about. Herbs is what I meant to say. And he shares his knowledge and shares knowledge from others on his channel. But one of the things he's also known for is Garden State Gardener has probably done more shout-out videos for other creators than anybody I have seen in my 6.5 years on YouTube. Oh, and Grow Big TV, that's Garden State Gardener, says they've had 165 watching during a live stream, which is really, really cool. That's way over the top, but that's great. And my guess would be that that's going to happen again sometime within the next couple of months, because what we always find in patterns is that as we finish the autumn season and lead into winter, things get really, really busy on YouTube, more so than they were in the summer. And what I'm talking about is, I know not every person here in the chat is going to live in an area that has a climate similar to mine where you actually have all 4 seasons, but I live in Niagara Falls, Canada, so I have the sun, the wind, the rain, the extreme heat, the extreme cold, everything in between. And what we find is during our summer, there's a few less people online, but in the winter it really picks up and slides up and down during the autumn and the fall, if that makes sense. Garden State Gardener here has got almost 3,000 views on one of these and almost 4,000 views on one of their shorts, which is great to see. Live streams, like I said, are frequent, so Pierogi Monday's coming up today. I'm going to try to catch it. I got running around to do for the rest of the day after Tuber Chat, but I try to catch him whenever I can. I was lucky to get him for Sunday Fun Day again yesterday. And these are a series of live streams, so every week we know we're going to find these. Joe is monetized, lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships on Garden State Gardener. So that's Grow Big TV with their original channel. We'll be looking forward to what he's going to bring with Grow Big TV as well. First Floor Audio dropped a super chat, so I'm going to get that channel up on the screen right away. Thank you again, Garden State Gardener. Thank you, First Floor Audio. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. They've both done that countless times before. And for that reason, we'll put their channels up. We always put super chatters on the screen right away. Members get added to the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And then when we get through another long period of time, I will add some names onto the wheel from our chat list. Lisa J. Stocks, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. I did add another couple of sections onto the wheel. So as promised, you'll notice the messages from the robots hopefully there. But I added a section called Clear the Wheel. And when that comes up, we will wipe all of the names off of the wheel and reload with any of the members that are in the chat at the time. We'll add anybody back that comes back in. And then what that does is it gives us a bit of a chance to get more channels, particularly newer channels, onto the screen more so than we otherwise would have over the last couple of months, and we try to get through as many channels as we can in a 3-hour period here. I also added another section called Add a Name. So when that comes up, I'm going to grab somebody from our chat list who's not already been on the wheel or the screen and put them on the wheel right away, and that kind of speeds that up as well. I know it can be a long wait, sometimes 2.5 hours. So First Floor Audio knows what that waiting is like. He actually sang about it the last time I was in his live stream. Often when you catch him, he's a talented performer and producer, and he will be producing or singing while you catch him, and he often breaks into song and drags in the audience into his musical productions. He's gotten into I don't know how many Tuber Chat songs these days, but the last time was talking about 3 hours to get on the wheel, which can be true, absolutely. So we're trying to find ways to speed that up in the fairest way possible. But First Floor Audio has been a longtime dear friend from the UK. Lee, like I said, is a talented producer and performer. When we get into his videos, you see all of his music productions are available to us for us to enjoy in videos. He's got some shorts, but these were really meant to promote a couple of live streams. And then live streams are frequent. He's on every other day or so. And he's got a couple of series. Sometimes he's got StreamYard panels coming up with him. Sometimes he is performing and producing and with others as well. So hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting to First Floor Audio. I'm sure that you will. What I find with music producers is they usually stick to a genre or two, at least from what I've seen. But First Floor Audio has a very diverse set of talents. The last time I was able to hang out for a while, he was doing almost an 80s theme. And just going from song to song to song, all things that bring back memories. The Adventures of Kenny and Debbie, good to see you in the house. Gaming Experience with Kelly is here. Stace, good to see you in the house. The mother and daughter duo. Carrie Leonard, not sure if I said hello earlier. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. Thank you again, Garden State Gardener and First Floor Audio, for those super chats. There's Makeup Mom and Son, another dear friend who's here as a beloved and dedicated moderator and has been for 3 years now. I'm going to put her onto the wheel, and Judgment Day Mike Harper is coming up right now. So we'll see what this creator has got going on for us today. They've been posting frequently, I think almost daily as a matter of fact. And they just found us about a month ago and have been here for just about every stream ever since. 326 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them towards the 400 they're thinking about. Black Guns and Gardens is in the house. I'm going to get them onto the wheel right now. And when we look at Judgment Day Mike Harper, we see shorts front and center here. So we're going to see that some of these have gotten into hundreds of views. One of them over 1,000 already, which is great to see. Live streams are frequent, so they're going live almost every day or every other day, which is really cool to see. Hopefully I'll catch them soon. I've got the notification bell on for every channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Judgment Day Mike Harper. I'm going to see if I can find his second channel. I hope we're subscribed to it already. I'm not 100% certain about that. Maybe not yet. So let me look back at Judgment Day Mike Harper for a second here. I wonder if it might be possible. It's weird to me that this channel doesn't have an about page. Yeah, YouTube's doing a few things that are glitching these days, but I wonder if that's part of it or if something's up here. But I'll try to catch Michael Harper's other channel whenever they're here. Together We Travel, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen in a second. Wayne's World Unlimited just slipped in a super chat, which they've done many times before, so I'm going to put their channel up right away. They're probably happy that we're doing an earlier live stream today. Wayne's World Unlimited comes to us from the UK, so they're 5 hours ahead. So even though for me it's approaching 11 a.m., they're approaching 4 in the afternoon, right? It's Goated Edits. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to to in the chat. And if you take your time, meet people one by one, and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Wayne's World Unlimited, I'm just going to grab your latest. This is a really short video, but I'm going to put that in my catch-up list anyway. It'll disappear after I watch that. And I'm going to grab your latest video here. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list as well. That's a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. Wayne's World Unlimited usually brings us outdoors. Lately, they did a product review, which is cool to see, and they bring pure variety on their channel. But one of the unique aspects of this channel is that Wayne's World Unlimited will bring us outtakes from a lot of their video productions. So part of me with the phone ring in there, I got to leave it on today because the mechanic might get back to me. And shorts videos on this channel are getting into 5,000 views and beyond. One of them over 7,600. But this creator's got a breakout shorts video over 240,000 views, which is great to see. So hopefully we see more of that kind of activity from Wayne's World Unlimited. And again, we put that channel up right away because he dropped a super chat again. He's done that countless times. And we always put super chatters on the screen right away for that. Absolutely unnecessary, though. Very much appreciated, of course. And then now we're going to look at Scratch and Pete PA's channel. So I'll get him ready to go. And then he's just letting me know I missed a question from Chocolate Drop. If I've missed anything anybody meant for me to see in the chat, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. How to make a playlist. We certainly can. So the easiest way to make a playlist that I have found is to be on anybody's channel, because the way that YouTube works, we here in Tuber Chat are all channel owners. There is nobody here that does not contribute to the YouTube network. So obviously this is a different kind of channel. We all know that. Typically, though, YouTube is meant for people to enjoy watching different things, either entertainment, learning something, or all the other 50 million other different things that there are on YouTube, right? But one of the things that we often do, and I do the same thing, is I use YouTube Music, of course, to listen to a lot of stuff. If music is not there, I use videos. Sometimes I'll make a playlist that I can either listen to while I drive. I have long drives a couple times a week. Sometimes I do that if I'm not listening to podcasts and things. Or just if you want something to sit and watch or have something to run in the background while you do other things. So what we can do is go to somebody's channel, and we see that Scratch and PPA has got a bunch of videos on his front page. All I have to do is grab these 3 dots right here if I'm on a computer, and then I can go save to playlist. If I don't already have a playlist that I want to put that in for the purpose I'm thinking of while I'm about to watch a bunch of videos, I can just click this create a new playlist, and I can say lottery scratch. I'll say lottery scratchers. And then I can choose whether I want the playlist to be public, unlisted, private. Why would you make a playlist unlisted ever? So there's a couple of reasons. One of those is because you can make a playlist that you don't necessarily want people to think of as something you want them to binge watch your content through. You can make an unlisted playlist and then put it on the front of your YouTube channel, like what Scratch and PPA has done here, so that we can catch videos off the front page. Otherwise, you might have a specific reason. So I'll show you an example. On my personal channel, I have a lot of music. And when I want people to see the playlist that I have for them to run or watch, I list the videos by most popular to least popular. You always want to put your best foot forward. Not saying that everybody needs to do that. That's what I choose to do. So when somebody looks at a playlist, I'll have videos with either thousands or many hundreds of views, and then the ones with less views are at the bottom. But if you're doing something like, for instance, sharing a playlist out on Twitter or Facebook or Reddit or another social network, you might want to make another playlist exactly the same, but put the videos in the opposite order from least popular to most popular, so that the ones that have the least number of views get a few more when you promote it. Hopefully, people will watch a few of those videos in a row. Not saying it's a good idea. I'm just saying it is an idea. And the truth is, when we're thinking about our YouTube channels, you are far better off putting focus on your superstars. You pick your top 10 most popular videos and push them harder, instead of trying to get the ones that didn't get a lot of views to get a lot of views. If you think about the idea behind that, so let's say you have 1,000 views on a video, a 10% increase would say that you're getting another, 100 views on a video. So you have a video that's got 1,000 views, now it's got 1,100. A 10% increase on a video that's only got 100 views only gets another 10 views. So you see what I mean? Same amount of work, same amount of time, 10 times the difference in return, if that makes sense. So it's just an idea. And then otherwise, you can make your playlist private. I have a lot of private playlists so that, I could just listen to music, but people don't get confused when they go to my YouTube channels. And then you can make it public if it's something that you want to use to promote. Scratch and PPA's done something really interesting, and I always forget to mention this, but in his playlists, he lists exactly how long the playlist is. And that way, when he's swapping playlists here with other creators for the purpose of gaining watch hours or helping them gain watch hours because he's already monetized, they get an idea of exactly how long the playlist is or playlists are, so that they can decide what they want to agree to run. So I think that's a really cool idea, and we'll talk more about Scratch and PPA's content in a moment. Hopefully that's helpful. And Chocolate Drop, I know I only showed one way of making a playlist, but it's the easiest way that I've seen, in my opinion. You can now work on playlists from YouTube Studio. There's a lot of different ways to get that done. One of the other things that people may not realize is that playlists can also have descriptions. So let's say Scratch and PPA has his Scratch Challenge series of videos. He can make a description very similar to what he might do for the channel and put that as the description for the playlist. The reason why that might be helpful is because when we search YouTube, we're not just getting channels in our search results. We're getting videos. Eventually we might get shorts. Eventually we might even get playlists if we're looking for certain things. So anything that is keyword heavy can help your content get found. That's what we're aiming for. Now, so hopefully I haven't strayed too far off from what we're talking about. Thank you, Chocolate Drop, for the question. I know I'm for sure behind in the chat, so if I've missed anything that anybody wanted me to see specifically, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open. Hopefully catch it the next time around. Corner Clubhouse Cobalt, not sure if I said hello. Cabaret Gaming, sorry I missed your stream today. They're streaming every single day. And then hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. I think we're just about caught up. Aminola Adventures, I got you on the wheel, right? Yes, I did, long time ago. And I think we're just about caught up. So now we're talking about Scratch and PPA's content. Now, this creator is very well known as a shining jewel here in the Tuber Chat family. And the reason why I say that is because he is one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my 6.5 years on YouTube. I try to be fair, so that's why I say one of the most supportive creators. But most of you here who know Scratch and PPA know exactly what I mean. So, he is literally the reason why I use the word seems to be everywhere all the time to describe him and some other creators, because he literally does so much to support others. He supports every single thing I do on every single channel that I touch, And I have no choice but to shake my head and thank God and wonder why every single day I could be so lucky as to have somebody who now has been a friend of such a long time, because we're talking 3 years now. If you can imagine, that's 600 episodes. He's been here for almost 600 times for hours at a time on this channel. That doesn't even include everything else that I do. And when you think about support, and how things in life, sometimes we say, you know, life's not fair and this and that. If you consider what we're doing here, on this channel, I try to stream anywhere from 9 to 12 hours per week. Scratch and PPA is here all of that time, but he only puts out one video a week. He's actually been putting out some shorts lately, but aside from that, his Scratch Challenge series of videos only lasts 13 to 18 minutes on average every week on Tuesdays at 12:15 Eastern. So it is impossible for me to support this creator as much as he supports me and supports us in what we're doing here in Tuber Chat, but he does it anyway. And I think that speaks volumes about the generosity of this creator. And, you know, Scratch and PPA, I can't say enough, but I know sometimes you know, my speeches get pretty long when I talk about the support that he gives to other people, but it's absolutely true, and I'm sure everybody will say the same thing about their own channel, but your channel and your live stream chats or premiere chats could not be what they are if it was not for your community, and obviously Scratch and PPA is a huge part of that here in Tuber Chat, so much so I actually get messages that say, hey, Kevin and Pete. Or I think somebody actually, well, at least once I had somebody ask if I was Pete, as a matter of fact, because so many people mention Pete when they're here. Michael Harper, thank you for coming in with that other channel. I'm just going to get that up in the background, and I'll make sure I get subscribed to that. Mind Forked is in the house. They're a member as well. I'm going to put them on the wheel. We're going to talk about Scratch and PPA for another moment here. I'll get through his content quickly. His Scratch Challenge series of videos puts an interesting twist on lottery ticket scratching. So he pits two tickets against each other and gives us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, and or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets his series apart, makes it unique and a lot of fun to be a part of. Presentation has always been on the forefront of his mind. His bright, beautiful avatar is matched by his thumbnails. These give us a hint as to the giveaways that happen in his video series. And then as well as banners updated every single week. We all know how much work that must be. His video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first production. And he's got a lively premiere that runs every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern, where his video series features a live chat that's faster than most you've seen here in the Tuber Chat family. He rivals those of Garden State Gardener, the Stock Explorer, or Hilda DC, and a few others. Blistering Barnacles Adventures, good to see you in the house. Forgive me for not saying hello earlier. I saw you here for a few minutes already. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody. I see Rambling with the Brooms is here. That's Scott. He's here as a member and a moderator. I'm going to put him on the wheel right now. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. I'm going to go through a little bit more of Scratch and PPA's content because he has got a lot of shorts now. He took a vacation to Italy a couple of months ago, and he now continues to bring us shorts, actually. And if you look at our community page, I actually shared a playlist. He's got it on his channel. You'll see in his playlist, he's got shorts here, 11 minutes, 57 seconds. And here's all of Scratch and PPA shorts. You can watch them all at once. 27 videos, but it's not going to take under 15 minutes to watch, right? Obviously. And then he also did a live stream while he was in Italy, which was really, really cool. And I know everybody was excited for that. Hopefully we see more from him. Kaz's Crafts and More, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And again, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Rambling with the Brooms. Oh, thank you. You hit 2,000. Goodness, wow. Rambling with the Brooms just dropped a super chat. He's done that countless times before. That's Scott. He's a fellow Canadian. We'll talk about his channel next. We always put super chatters on the screen right away. and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel shortly. So hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. If anybody would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. If you haven't already given a thumbs up, I hope you will. They really do help. And then if I've missed anything in the chat that you meant for me to see, just please mention it again. I'll try to keep an eye on the chat. We're going to go on break for 3.5 minutes, and then we'll come back with Rambling with the Brooms. All right, we're back, and we're looking at Rambling with the Brooms in a quick second here. I was away from the screen for a second. Rambling with the Brooms, like I said, is a fellow Canadian. Now, they happen to be here as a member and a moderator and have been for a while. I think Scott and I have been friends now for well over 2 years. He has crossed his 2,000 subscribers, but now getting close to 2,100, which is great to see. He's got quite a few shorts here front and center on his channel. He comes to us from the homesteading community of channels. And he sees some of that famous Canadian weather in some of these shorts, but I also noticed that this particular short here at 3,300 views is a newer one. So that one he just put out, I don't know if that was a day or two ago, or I don't know how long ago that was, but it's still moving. So that's cool. We see Scott all the time. He's an advocate for helping others grow with their channels. He wants to support others and the community. One of the things that he's known for is hopping out sometimes hundreds of miles, if not thousands, to these, I don't know if thousands is too much, but hundreds of miles for sure to meetups with other creators as well. We've seen him on Butler Family Farms channel many times. And this creator will bring us either indoors or outdoors. He introduces us to other channels. He brings us typical homesteading activities. One of the things that is unique about this particular creator is they bring us the process behind the scenes of making famous Canadian maple syrup, as a matter of fact. And I've been lucky enough to hang out with Scott during his couple of live streams while he's been in the Sugar Shack. And that's something to see if you've never seen that before. Canada's obviously well known around the world for maple syrup. I'm not sure where else they make maple syrup. I'm sure some of the northern countries that have climates similar to ours, but it's cool to see. So Rambling with the Brooms brings that to us, some product reviews, lots of indoor content, lots of outdoor content. He's got a collaboration going on right now with Jesse from Lazy Days Ahead, who's actually right there. These two creators are found together frequently. And they're putting together a cruise that's going to go from Seattle to Alaska in August of 2025. They're hoping to book 100 rooms of supporters and creators. And there's still lots of time right now, but they got lots of information on both of their channels. But Rambling with the Brooms talks about it all the time. If I go back into his live streams, it was many weeks ago, but he did a special live stream where they were talking about the cruise. Here it is. So 4 months ago, longer than I thought. But he talks about it all the time. But this particular live stream, it's almost 3 hours long. But he had the travel agent on, and they were talking about not just their cruise, but cruising in general. So it's very informative. But Rambling with the Brooms has been a dear friend for a long time. He just dropped a super chat, so we put his channel up right away. We always do that. Absolutely unnecessary, very much appreciated. But hopefully everybody will congratulate Scott before it's too late, because he's already had gone past his 2,000 subscribers into almost 2,100. He's going to have that any moment now, it looks like. So that's great, great, great news. And Rambling with the Brooms, obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, and he's monetized. Lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. King Morgan, good to see you in the house. Global Trend Trackers, good to have you here. I've got you on the wheel. They happen to be a member. Pieces of April is in the house. It's good to see you here for the first time. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here, and everybody will be willing to connect. So please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Bamanola Adventures is going to come up next because I already spun the wheel, but Rushing Wind Mountain slipped in another super chat there. Thank you for that. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. I know I say it all the time, but it is absolutely unnecessary here. Very much appreciated, of course. Native Wildman, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And, like I said, we always put super chatters on the screen right away. Members get added to the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. We'll start spinning again soon, and after a long period of time, I'll add some names to the wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation. Native Wildman, thank you for the super chat. We'll put your channel up next for that reason, and then we'll get to spinning the wheel shortly after. I did get Bamanola Adventures on the wheels. It spun and chose them, so I'll put them up right before Native Wildman, and then we'll get back to it. I forgot to put another clear the wheel section on the wheel there, so I'll do that right this second as well. And what that will do is give us a chance to wipe all of the names off of the wheel. Whenever it comes up, it's random, and then I'll reload with everybody who's here that needs to be on the wheel that hasn't been already. Hopefully I haven't missed anything in the chat. Hilda DC, I hope I said hello. I didn't get you on the wheel yet. I thought I did. I'm going to get you on there right now. We saw a premiere from her. I know everybody was excited to see Hilda DC with another video. She's a beloved and dedicated moderator here. And Rushing Wind Mountain, they bring us nature and wildlife from the Pacific Northwest and what they expect or hope to bring us. I don't know what's going on. Is it I wonder if it's a glitch that they don't have the About tab here, or if they just took it off because we can get to it from this link if somebody's got About Me information. If they don't have it, I guess that's why they might have done that, right? If somebody doesn't fill out their About page, maybe it just doesn't show up at all. We'll have to keep an eye on that. So here they're letting us know they're looking for relaxing, peaceful, and calm content for us. And I'm just going to grab the latest relaxing and peaceful walk by the lake. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. And Rushing Wind Mountain as well has got some shorts videos. Live streams are an idea that they might pick up in the future, but in the meantime, when we look at these, we see almost 4,000 views, over 5,000, and over 6,000. So hopefully everybody will connect with Rushing Wind Mountain. They're here with us every single day, and I really do appreciate that. Now, I know not everybody can be here every day, or certainly not for hours at a time every time that we stream. So I do appreciate every moment everybody can spend, and I was mistaken, Hilda DC. I did get you on the wheel. We're going to look at a couple more channels right now before we get back to spinning. So Bamanola Adventures, I had already spun the wheel, so we'll look at their channel. And thank you again, Rushing Wind Mountain, for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Gaming Experience with Kelly, I may not have put your channel up onto the wheel yet, but I've got it on there now. And then Native Wildman will come up next because they also dropped a super chat, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel shortly. So Bamanola Adventures is somebody that I see out supporting all kinds of creators, particularly in the cruising community, I find them. But let's look at their About information. Making family memories, enjoying life, lawn mowing, cooking, theater, dancing, ballet, robotics, band, and cruising. So lots of variety here in their content. Hopefully everybody will enjoy that when you get there. I'm sure you will. Like I said, they're an incredibly supportive channel because they're here in Tuber Chat frequently, but I see them out supporting others all the time as well. When we look at their shorts videos, we see that these have gotten into 2,000 and 3,000 views, almost 4,000, and one at almost 7,000 views, which is great to see. When we look at their videos, we get an idea of some of the variety that they're bringing to us. I'm just going to grab their latest do-it-yourself video and put that into my catch-up list. That'll help me catch up the littlest bit, but we get a lot of variety here, mostly outdoor content from this channel, and then we'll see what they're doing with live streams. These seem to be coming on every couple of weeks or so, so we keep an eye on that and see how those continue. 701 subscribers right now, so hopefully we'll push them a little bit farther, get that locked in, and push them towards the 800 they're thinking about. I think I jumped the gun on that, actually, Mike and Rihanna's Adventures. It may not be a glitch. It might just be a change. But I hadn't seen it before today or hadn't noticed it. I didn't notice it yesterday. Where the About page seems to be gone from everybody's channel now. So there we go again. No About page there. But we really don't need an About tab because we can click this here and get all the information that we need. It looks like they might have added a little bit of information as well. How many videos, how many views, how many subscribers, the URL, and then we'll see what they're doing with links, if they've still got those when we come across a channel that had a bunch of links. Tales Told in the Dark, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. And yeah, glitches on YouTube are frequent. There's always different things happening. They usually get things fixed within a couple of weeks. I don't know why on earth it takes that long these days, but we know that there's usually light at the end of the tunnel whenever there's things that we find frustrating. Native Wildman is here with 817 subscribers, so I'm hoping we can push this channel a little bit farther towards the 900 that they're going to be thinking about. This is a channel I'm still getting to know. Let's see what they got going on here. Their channel's about fishing, fly tying, knives, and other random things. This is Sean, so let's have a look at what they've got going on. First of all, in their videos, I'm going to take your second latest video because this is longer than the first one, and every minute matters when it comes to watch hours, right? So I'm going to put that in my list to run or watch, and then I'm going to look at your shorts videos. We see that these are already getting into thousands of views. 2,000 here, 2,500, one over 5,800 views, which is great to see. Most creators bring a lot of variety into their shorts, regardless of their niche. And then live streams are something that they might pick up again in the future. We'll keep an eye on the channel. We've always got notification bells on for everybody. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure that we catch as much content from each other as we can. Oh, the About tab's on for Rushing Wind Mountain, says Scratch and PPA, or they see it. They see the About tab. Because what happens is YouTube rolls out these changes, and it could be, like I find it a little bit odd. Scratch and PPA and I both happen to be Canadians, and geographically we're actually very close to one another. And so you would think that a country like Canada, who's got 10% of the population of the United States, would get all of their updates together, right? Because it's really not like that huge of an audience for YouTube to roll out to all at once, but that might not be the case. Watch Us Decorate is up on the screen right now. I just spun the wheel. Trish the Natural is about to be added. And when we look at Watch Us Decorate, this is a channel that just came into the Superchat family a few weeks ago. It could be over a month now, so forgive me if I'm wrong about that. They've got 399 subscribers, so we'd love to push them up and over the 400 we know they're thinking about. I go on and on about this channel because in our home we watch my girlfriend Kristen Welton, some of you know her, and her daughter Kira. We all watch a lot of like cooking and baking shows, you know, like Baking Championship and Guys Grocery Games and stuff like this, but Food Network stuff, right? Not often, but, you know, for almost a few minutes almost every day. And when we watch this stuff, I'm always impressed by some of the things I see, but this channel hits home for that reason, because look at the extravagant work that they're doing. So it's not just cakes and cupcakes, even though I talk about those the most, but they've got these candy apples on the channel. They got what looks like chocolate covered strawberries, but they could be I don't know if that's chocolate or if it's other candy coating, which is really, really cool. But you see some of these just awesome, beautiful creations that they've got. Let's look at their shorts videos. You'll get an idea about more of what they're doing here. These really give you a chance to showcase this work. Great. So hopefully everybody will enjoy that. Watch Us Decorate's been here every single day since finding us, as a matter of fact. So obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. VJ Max Gamer, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. We'll spin the wheel, and we'll see who's coming up next. If anybody wants to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I'm willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Gaming Experience with Kelly is a channel that comes to us from the creator behind the Bulock Experience. And we will look at both of these channels right now, as a matter of fact. I noticed that Pieces of April is dropping a super chat. So thank you for that extra generous support. It's absolutely unnecessary here, but very much appreciated. We try to keep everything open to everyone. So I know we've got a few new channels in the chat today, like we always do. You do not have to super chat. You do not have to be a member to get onto the wheel or the screen. We do let those creators speed things up a little bit, so super chatters get put on the screen right away in order, and members get added onto the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. We'll start spinning again in a moment. Davis314 family, good to see you in the house. Thank you. I do appreciate every moment everybody can spend. I know we got a few friends that let the streams run in the background, or they listen while they're driving and things things like that, and I always appreciate that as well. Gaming Experience with Kelly is bringing us video gameplay in shorts, videos, and live streams, and they're mixing these things up. So they've played a little bit of Minecraft, they get into Forza Horizon, they've got some WWE here, and I see they've got a brand new video, ECW, so another wrestling game, which is cool. In their videos, I've got the latest one, put it in my catch-up list, and then we see some more diversity in their gameplay in the live streams. So this is the creator behind the Bulock Experience, who's been a long-time friend. I think this is getting on 1.5 to 2 years now. The Bulock Experience is fishing first, and we've got quite a few fishing channels, actually. I categorize them with a lot of our homesteading friends. So I talk about ranching, farming, gardening, and homesteading, along with other outdoor content. Even though a lot of these creators bring us 50% indoor content or so, that can include fishing, camping, or hiking, or other outdoor content as well. So the Bulock Experience, like I said, fishing first. We'll talk about their content in a second. I see we've got another brand new channel in the chat. Brooklyn Rose Gifts, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here, and everybody will be willing to connect. So please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one, and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Thank you, Mike and Rihanna's Adventures. Yes, once in a while, people will have, more and more people are watching YouTube on television now, right? Whether it's an Android box or a smart TV, a lot of the stuff comes with YouTube built in, right? So you can watch and then participate on a phone with the chat. So people do that, and I always think it's funny. Sometimes people will send me a screenshot when they're doing that, and I think it's just it looks enormous. Some of our friends have some pretty monstrous TVs, bigger than anything I've got around here. My vision, even with my glasses, is not what it used to be, so I don't worry about 4K and 8K and all that kind of stuff, but I know it can be fun. So let's look at the Bulock Experience. Like I said, fishing first on this channel, but we get a chance to know the creator, Kelly Bulock. I'm just going to grab the notification here for the live stream that's coming up. He does live streams every Wednesday. I haven't been able to catch these yet because I typically work outdoors on Wednesdays. We've had the best year in 5 years for weather. There's been almost no rain anywhere around me, at least not in the middle of the week. I'm outdoors a few days a week. The Bulock Experience is getting on 1,300 subscribers, and they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. When we get into their shorts, we see a few of these have gotten into thousands of views, 2,600, 2,800, one over 3,200, and then videos are frequent on the channel. I see they got a brand new one here. I'll put that in my catch-up list as well. That just gives me a chance to keep caught up with creators. So a brand new channel in the chat dropped a super chat. We're going to look at that channel right now. In the meantime, if anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for this live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. And if you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So Pieces of April is brand new to Superchat, and when you look for this creator, the search results are bringing up a movie called Pieces of April. But then if you let YouTube know with your filters, as you saw me do, we're looking for a channel. It's a bit of a popular channel name, but they came up first for me. They got 624 subscribers right now. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream. So what I'm going to do is take your latest video. Looks like some charcoal art here. I'm going to put this into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch that video in full. I'll leave my a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on like I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick. And then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here 3 or 4 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. If I was to guess, I would say that Pieces of April probably found us through Trish the Natural, Natural, who's featured on the thumbnail there. And I'm always happy to see creators collaborating together in different ways, so I'll be looking forward to seeing what that's about as well. African Dreaman, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. We'll spin the wheel, and it looks like we're going to get to a beloved and dedicated moderator who's also been a friend of 3 years. This is about to be Makeup Mom and Son. So thank you again, Pieces of April, for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support, especially being your first time here. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. And by the time we see you the next time, which might be as early as Wednesday, I can never promise, but if we can do a Wednesday night stream, we will, much later than this. But it'll be a pop-up. Our moderators will know in advance. But I can never be sure yet. Makeup Mom and Son is a creator who, like I said, has been a dear friend for a very long time. She's here as a beloved and dedicated moderator. She's got a brand new video. I'm just going to take this and put it into my catch-up list so that I can make sure I stay caught up with her. She had a big month in October. She does really well with series of videos. If we get into her shorts, you're going to get an idea of some of the things that she's doing. She really gets into Halloween and different makeup looks and things like that. When we look at the most popular shorts, we see that some of these have done really well. One at 20,000 and one at 37,000 views, which is great to see. Live streams are something that has always been frequent from this creator, whether it's a StreamYard panel or a chance to chill and hang out with her, maybe a get ready with me type idea, or interviews with a lot of creators. I've been interviewed with her on her channel. She might bring back some interviews, but she's introduced us to a lot of different creators. We see that she's officially on the road to 2K and getting pretty close right now, so hopefully we'll push her towards that 2,000 subscribers. When we look at her videos, we see a lot of variety. This creator started with beauty, continues that today. She gets into subscription boxes and product reviews, unboxings, and like I said, StreamYard panels are common on the channel as well, and she's willing to hop in on other people's StreamYard panels and generously share content that way. She's monetized, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Makeup Mom and Son is always thinking about new things for her audience. So even when she gets into subscription boxes, she thinks about mixing those up so that the audience gets to see different types of subscription boxes and things like that. She's done makeup, she's done snacks, she's done products, which I think is really, really cool. So I've got another channel to show you here because Makeup Mom and Son is helping out Caden Plays It. This is the son of Makeup Mom and Son. So on this channel, this young creator is now halfway on the road to 100 subscribers, and they're bringing us shorts, videos, and even live streams. When we look at the videos, we see product reviews, a little bit of video gameplay, and then as well, we're going to see some shorts from this creator that have already started to move into hundreds of views, and hopefully we'll see some more live streams where they get into some more video gameplay. So that's Caden Plays It, the son of Makeup Mom and Son, and I hope everybody will encourage this young creator by pushing them towards that first 100. So we'll spin the wheel, we'll get another channel up onto the screen in a moment, and it looks like it's going to be Global Trend Trackers, so we'll see what they've got going on. This is a channel I'm still getting to know as well. They happen to be a member, but I think we've only had their channel on the screen a couple of times before. So we'll see what they got going on right now. They got 1,300 subscribers and well on the way towards 1,400, first of all. I see that they've got a short video here on their front page. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list right away, and that's just a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators, but I'm going to see their videos as well, and I'm just going to take the latest thing that they've done. So this looks like a school profile documentary, they say. So I'm going to put this in my catch-up list, see what they have to say about that in their video. I'm going to look at their shorts for a second, and we see that these are performing into the thousands of views. Almost 4,000 here, getting on 5,000 there, and almost 9,000 on one of these, which is great to see. And then live streams might be an idea for the future. When I look at their about information, they'll let us know what they're planning to bring on their channel. insightful analysis, breaking stories, in-depth coverage of the most significant trends shaping our world, which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with them. I'm looking forward to getting to know the channel better. One of the things I like about putting channels on the screen here in Superchat is that over time I get to know the channels, and by watching content and hanging out in premieres and live streams over months, I get to know the content. And if you want to connect on the outside social networks, I enjoy getting to know creators in that way as well. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, and Twitter some of the time as well. So we've just come up with the clear the wheel section, and what that means is I'm going to wipe all the names off the wheel right now, reload with any of our members that have not already been on, and that will speed things up for us and give me the chance to start adding some names from our chat list sooner than I otherwise would have. If any of our members were on the wheel that I'm going to take off now, I'll put them right back on if they come back in. And let me remove that. We'll spin the wheel so that we see who's coming up next. And then we'll go on break for 3.5 minutes while I reset the wheel. And when we come back, we're going to look at a creator that we just saw featured in pieces of April's channel. Trish the Natural will be coming up next. All right, we're back. I needed an extra second there. Trish the Natural is coming up right now. We'll see what they've got going on. So you'll notice that the clear the wheel section, one of them came up right before we went on that break there. So I wiped all the names off the wheel. If we have any members that are listening that have not been on the wheel or the screen yet, then please just say something, anything at all in the chat. Be active. I'll get you back on there. So that speeds things up for us and gives us a chance to hopefully soon start adding names to the wheel from our chat list. I've still got the add a name section on there, so I'll add one name from the chat list as soon as that comes up as well. Mark the Spider Guy, good to see you in the house. Kathy Payna, I may not have said hello. Good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And, oh, I didn't realize that. Pieces of April. I should have known. But thank you for that. African Dreaman, I really do appreciate that extra generous support. I'm going to try to remember that so that when I have your channel up, often I put 2 channels up if I know it's a family or a husband and wife combo, or if a creator's got more than one channel. But African Dreamin', I'm going to put your channel up next because of this extra super chat, so thank you for that. I really do appreciate the extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. Of course, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. M&T Living and Cooking, I hope I said hello. I know you've been here for a long time now. I'm not sure if I actually said hello earlier. Judgment Day Mike Harper, I put your channel up earlier. I put your channel up about an hour ago. Trish the Natural is here with 1,000 subscribers. We'd love to push them towards the 1,100 that they're thinking about. And when we look at this particular creator... Oh, and forgive me, Judgment Day Mike Harper, I may not have recognized your super chat, so thank you for that. You sent a super chat earlier, but we'd already looked at your channel about half an hour before that. So thank you for that. Odom's Homestead, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And Trish the Natural talks to us about natural hair care. This creator has presentation at the forefront of their mind. You can see these bright, bold headshots will make her recognizable. When we roll over the videos, we get an exact idea of what to expect inside the video from the thumbnail. I think this is great. Her lighting's fantastic. I gotta take a page out of your book, as a matter of fact. You can see my lighting is terrible. So when we look at the thumbnails, we see professional looks to all of these as well. And I think that what this is going to do for this creator is the YouTube recommendation engine is always trying to guess what we're looking for. So when somebody is presented one of her videos in the search results, and they've already enjoyed one of her videos before, they'll probably be inclined to click on hers because they'll recognize the look and feel of the channel, the creator herself, because of the thumbnail. So I think that's really going to pay off. So Trish the Natural has always had a professional look to her channel. She also does shout outs throughout her videos. She talks to us about natural hair care. She gets into wigs and weaves and other beauty products, tips and tricks and products we can use. And then she's got some shorts on the channel as well. A couple of these have gotten into a couple thousand views now, which is great to see. And then live streams are something she might continue with. She tried one a while ago, and we'll keep an eye on the channel and see if she's going to keep those up. And again, we'd love to push Trish the Natural towards the 1,100 subscribers she's thinking about. She's here with us almost every single day and has been a friend of well over a year now. So African Dreaman is a longtime friend as well. They've been with Superchat almost from the beginning, if I remember right. I think it's well over 2.5 years now. African Dreaman has got that second channel, Pieces of April, which I didn't realize at the time. But thank you for both of your super chats today. I really do appreciate that. Being country in another country is their slogan, which is really, really cool. We've hung out with them many times, even in live streams. They're always smiling, laughing, having a good time. Let's look at what they've got for videos. I see I'm behind, so I'm going to grab the latest one. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. We'll look at their shorts videos as well, and we see that these have gotten into 2,300 views, 5,500 views and beyond. Live streams as well are fairly frequent. They're going live every few days, which is great to see. They've got shopping hooked up, which is really, really cool. I'm looking at merch on not Tuber Chat yet, although I'm considering it now. But we're thinking about it for a couple of the other channels that I run. So we might get into a whole Shopify store and get this kind of thing happening. But this is really cool. When we get into their About page, we get an idea of what to expect from these creators. There are a couple that's from East Texas and now live in East Africa. They've traveled and lived in a lot of other countries, and they want to share their journey with us. So hopefully everybody will enjoy that when you get there. African Dreaman, obviously generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters. They have been for a long time. 2,300 subscribers, so I'm hoping we can push them towards the 2,400 that they're going to be thinking about. And thank you again for the super chats. I really do appreciate that. It's the bankroll is coming up right now, and this is a creator who's going to help us with our finance. So it's great that we have a few channels like this. The Stock Explorer, Lisa J Stocks, It's the Bankroll, Budgeting Just Because, and a few others that want to motivate and inspire us, because in my opinion there's not enough financial information that's forced on us through our school systems. I live in Canada, things might be different for you, but I also follow a lot of the Rich Dad Poor Dad stuff. I've read all his books and this and that, and you know, that's kind of where the idea comes from. There's not enough financial information. We have to rely on our parents, their friends, our friends, and society in general to try to teach things. And we find that now with YouTube we're able to get a lot of information and practical ideas from people like It's the Bankroll. So I've watched the last few of their videos, and they've got some really interesting stuff, because they get into cash stuffing challenges. They go beyond just the how-to, which they bring us, but they also talk about how we're going to find money, and then the motivation and inspiration that we need to turn that into investing. Things like dividends. They talk about how to make money with different programs or apps on your phone. If you dig through their videos, they just put one out. Where did the video go? Here, earning money with apps. A month ago, they put that out. You can see when I roll over this, they're showing their tablet. They're showing the different sources of income that they have. And we can take inspiration from that. They're going to show us about like Amazon affiliate programs. I believe they talk about sponsored videos. And they've got a few other things. I'm in Canada, so we don't have all the same things. We don't have Venmo. We don't have Robinhood. We don't have a few other things, right? But It's the Bankroll is going to talk to us not only about what we're going to do with the money once we have it, but how to bring more in. And one of the things we think about with our YouTube channels, the idea of monetization, there are a lot of ways to monetize. I've been an Amazon affiliate for as long as I can remember. I only make a tiny sliver of money through Amazon right now. I do better helping other people with that, as a matter of fact, but it's still a stream of income. I do a tiny sliver of eBay, but that brings in a little bit more money every year, if not month, right? And the same thing happens with a lot of the things that It's the Bankroll is going to show you, and how to budget, how to organize, and how to get some of the debt paid down as well. It's the debt that can eat us alive, right? When we get into credit cards and loans and other things, we sometimes don't realize how much that interest is. But if you got a $5,000 credit card and you're paying $50 a month in interest or whatever it's going to be, you start to realize after a year of that, wait a second, how many hundreds of dollars did I just throw in the garbage today? Because the banks don't need it as much as we probably do, right? So It's the Bankroll is going to help us with this, and I hope everybody will connect with their channel. They've got some shorts videos here. You can see they're showing us exactly what they do, keeping track of every single dollar, every single penny, which is really cool. And the cash stuffing challenges are there as well. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Now, forgive me, I know I've missed a few channels coming into the chat. I think I did. Yes, the Zeophobic 73 channel is a longtime friend, so thank you for coming in. And if I've missed anything in the chat that anybody meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Hilda DC is a dear friend. We actually saw a video from her yesterday. We rated into a premiere that she did right after Tuber Chat. She's done that many times before. Hilda DC's very much known here in the Tuber Chat family as one of the most encouraging creators that I've met in my YouTube journey. She's somebody who, first of all, has a very strong will and personality, but absolutely stands behind and beside her friends, family, and YouTube community. You'll find that with the positive affirmations that come from this creator, and that goes as far as to be sprinkled throughout her content, as well with special effects on the screen. She even gets Nightbot on the case for that as well. So she brings a lot of variety in her videos, a lot of mukbang style challenges and product reviews, taste tests. Yesterday she was talking about some crab flavored chips, I believe, and then she'll often compare different things. She does a lot of live streaming as well. Now, she's somebody I've joined many times, both on her channel and other channels in StreamYard panels, and she generously shares content that way. She's got some shorts on the channel that have done really well as well, getting into 3,000, 6,000, and even 47,000 views on one of these. Now, hopefully everybody will connect with Hilda DC and see what I'm talking about. She's a beloved and dedicated moderator and has been for about 3 years here. Hilda DC and our other moderators all have an overwhelming sense of generosity. It's probably what draws me to them, and probably a reason for the foundation of our friendships. But what that means is that when you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you'll be invited and encouraged to meet more friends and family members for your own channel, the same way we do here in Superchat. KK's Travel and Education Vlogs, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And the Wheel of Doom is telling me right now that I need to add a name from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation. So I'm just going to see who's still with us here in the chat that's been very active for the day. Fairbrick Studio has been here from the beginning, and they're usually at the top of the list. So I've got them there, and then we'll add some more names as we need them, but I'll take the section off the wheel. It's only going to be another few moments. We always add names onto the wheel when we get down to 5 or 6, and we got a long way to go. We can stay up to another hour if everybody would like. Trish the Natural we've already seen. I forgot to take her name off the wheel, so we're one ahead as well. If anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for this live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So Butler Family Farm's coming up. Jerry from Butler Family Farm and his wife Susan, they tend to be with us just about every single day. And I said the other day, or yesterday, I saw them on I forget whose stream it was, and I said, you're everywhere, because we've got a few creators that are luckily able to be, but they're on frequently, and I run into them constantly, bouncing in between premieres and live streams, and I'm always happy to see people supporting each other. Now, Butler Family Farm's been spending a lot of time here in Superchat for a long time now, many months, and I really do appreciate that. I hope that everybody gets value out of the time that you spend here, even beyond the idea of connecting with each other, which is really where the focus is. But they're incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters. They've got an interesting channel. So I'm just going to add one more channel onto our wheel right now. Kermage in Alaska is going to be added. And we'll take it one by one. And keep the wheel rolling at about 5 or 6 names. And we'll add some more as we need them. Michael's Adventures, thank you for coming in. He's another beloved and dedicated moderator. He always sends his regards when he's working, but he's just popping in quickly on his lunch break there. So thank you for that. When we look at Butler Family Farm, we see a really interesting, I want to say one-of-a-kind channel, because they have 116 acres of homesteading goodness on their channel. That includes farming, I would dare to say ranching, in between, and forgive me because I'm a big city boy, so my blurred vision between the difference between farming and ranching will have me describing things slightly inaccurately. But when we look at this channel, we see a lot of activity. So first of all, they got a lot of livestock to show us, and a lot of outdoor content featuring cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, along with their pets, cats and dogs. They've got bees, which will be coming back in the spring, as we can imagine, which is really, really cool. I'm just going to look at what they've got coming on. They've got a live stream coming up today Actually, I've got the notification on for that. We always set notifications for everything that we see, even though we have the notification bell on for every channel. So for premieres and live streams, we set those up. So hopefully I'll catch you. I have a little bit of a big day. Mondays are almost impossible for me to spend a lot of time on, but in between things, hopefully I'll catch that. Butler Family Farm is posting videos frequently, so you can see there's a lot of indoor content to go along with the outdoor content. But one of the things that I talk about with this particular channel, you know what I saw? Actually, I see this... canning. They got, canning jars here, right? And I saw something from Rebel Canners. I watched a video yesterday where they had made chili. They called it Hunter's chili, but they had made chili and they put it in jars. And I don't know why I don't think of these things, right? Like I said, big city boy, so maybe we don't think of this stuff. Tupperware is always my go-to, but I love making chili. It's one of the things that I can do. That always, chili's not rocket science for anybody, but I do it frequently, and as a young lad, I never liked chili at all. Now I think I like it because I make it, but I often make chili, and I just did a couple of weeks ago, and wish I had thought of that idea, because absolutely, why couldn't you preserve it in jars just like everything else? So I'm probably going to start doing that, and I will, for the first time in my life, buy myself a set of canning jars for that reason. Tend the sheep where you are, don't pass them by. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. But Butler Family Farm has also got some shorts here, and these have gotten into thousands of views, 4,000, on the way towards 5,000, and over 5,000 for one of these as well. We get an idea of some of their activities. I keep not seeing these bowling content. One of my first permanent full-time job when I was 16, I was still going to school, but I took a job in a bowling alley, and I kept that job for way too long. I shouldn't have done that, but I worked there for several years, and it wasn't the most difficult job in the world, but it's not the worst place either. It's a lot of fun, of course, right? Mama Four Boys, good to see you in the house. Let me get you on the wheel right now. They happen to be a member. We'll put them on the wheel right away. Now, one of the things I always talk about with Butler Family Farm is the idea that they really make themselves a part of the YouTube community by heading out to a lot of these YouTube creator meetups and things like that, which is really cool. I've been grateful because I've caught them a few times while they've been doing this live. Like, I keep going back to the Mid-America meetup at the beginning of the season. But you'll also notice that they have StreamYard panels with a lot of creators as well. And collaborating is a great way to grow your channel quickly, because when you collaborate with others, you are almost always certain to get a few more subscribers. And we're really excited about this new StreamYard situation that everybody's using, where everybody gets to put the stream out on their channel. So if you have 9 creators with 9 live streams, they're all getting some watch time because everybody's got a couple of people in their streams. And a lot of times what we find is that creators will put on more than one at a time. So let's say a better example would be if you have 4 creators doing a live stream together. It is very simple to line up a few windows basically like this and just put like 4 YouTube windows in a row on your screen if you happen to be on a computer. So we see creators do that all the time. I know it's harder on a tablet. I've tried to do it on one of my on an Android tablet, and somehow, whether I'm using the YouTube app or a browser or 2 different browsers, somehow it knows, and it won't let you run more than one at a time. At least not for me. But on a computer, it's much easier, and I'm on a computer all the time anyway. Clock Family Adventures, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And let's spin the wheel. So for Jerry and Susan, I really do appreciate all the support that you give to me and to us here. I know they've been really supporting a lot over the last long while. But one of the things I find from a lot of our friends that I group together in the homesteading community, Black Guns and Gardens is coming up, I group them in that category as well, is that they seem to have generosity at the forefronts of their minds, and in a like-minded way, if that makes sense. They want to share knowledge and resources with each other. So we get a lot of do-it-yourself videos. We get a lot of like, here, let us show you our successes, our failures, things that we hope that you can avoid that we've done that have been disasters. We find a lot of these creators are helping each other, like, hey, we had something that didn't work, and then reaching out to each other with questions. I thought it was Tiffany, but I could be wrong, yesterday, from Canadian Family Life. Another idea is the idea that, another idea is that if you are about to do something, or if you have a problem with something, like let's say in the garden, it's a good example because we have so many homesteading friends here now, but if you find that you've got a certain kind of bug or rodent or pest or something else that's coming in and interfering with your gardening activities, chances are you're going to find somebody who's already been through that or has suggestions for you. And it's really interesting as well because we're all coming to YouTube through different areas, regions, countries, and climates. So things are a little bit different, and you might be able to take inspiration from one creator or channel and bring a new idea to your area through what everybody's learning from each other, if that makes sense. So, I know my speeches get a little bit long here as well. What we're going to look at right now is Black Guns and Gardens. They come to us from the homesteading community of channels as well. Don't get you started on pests. Was it you, Tiffany, that was asking? I think they were asking somebody yesterday. I can't remember for the life of me, but I thought it was Canadian Family Life that was asking specifically, I've got something going on in my garden. Does anybody know how to get rid of this? And I could be wrong. Just Jason Keto and more, another fellow Canadian and incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, is going to get added to the wheel right now. He's here with us every day as well. And, you know, I know not everybody can be here every day or for hours at a time when we're on. And I do appreciate every moment everybody can spend. It's just sometimes I like to recognize a couple of creators who've been here, you know, for hours and hours and hours at a time, and supporting on all of my channels and things like that as well. So Black Guns and Gardens is an interesting channel because they're going to bring us a mix of homesteading activities. The idea is preparedness and self-sufficiency, along with self-defense, and then some product reviews as well. They got lots of these in their shorts, and we'll have a look at some of what they've got here, getting into 1,200, 1,300, even 1,400 views and beyond. Then videos that they've got come out frequently. As we can see, they're just about putting out one per week, so hopefully we can keep up with them by keeping the notification bell on. And then as well, they let us know they want to bring us gardening, preparedness, and self-defense. The idea, of course, is self-sufficiency, right? And nowadays, it's become more important than ever. So let's spin the wheel, and we'll get another channel ready to go. KK's Travel and Education Vlogs is asking, what am I using to go live? So we're going to look at Canadian Family Life in a second, but I just want to show you, this is Streamlabs Desktop. So originally Streamlabs was born from OBS, Open Broadcaster Software, and they kind of broke off on their own afterwards. But you get an idea of how you can keep a window like this. Now, I usually keep my window squished, but I've got two monitors. So I'm able to drag this back onto my other monitor, but you can see the way I'm moving the window around here. That top right rectangle where you're seeing the wheel and the channel that we're looking at, that is on one monitor for me. And then all the other boxes that you see around the screen are elements or widgets, they call them, that are added in through the Streamlabs system. So in the bottom corners, you'll notice there are almost like slides, and those are for members and moderators. And then we've got what they call an activity list, I believe it was called. Where is it? Down there in the center bottom of the screen. And that keeps track of all the memberships, super chats, and things like that. The Stream Boss is a little widget right under my camera there that's affected by super chats and memberships as well. and the logo above me is actually part of the background. That's just a background image that we use, but that's an idea. And then my camera, of course, is just a camera that is put into the system as a video source. I actually did a review of the camera that I'm using, which is called a Razer Kyle, that has a ring light and a microphone built in, and that's on my personal channel as well, so you can check that out. Natural 247, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Word up, you know it. Henry Nelson is also here. I missed you coming in. I'm going to put you onto the wheel right now. We're looking at Canadian family life, and a lot of you have heard us mention the name Tiffany in the chat. So we've got a few Tiffany's in the Tuber Chat family, but Canadian family life is also here every day, and this is the Tiffany we speak of most frequently lately. I see she's got a brand new video as well. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. Now, Canadian family life is bringing us a lot of grocery hauls, a lot of gardening, a lot of cooking videos, and a little bit of variety in between, product reviews and Happy Meal unboxing video type things as well. Shorts on this channel have started to really move into 2,400 and even 2,500 views. And then when we get into live streams, these are occasional, but I actually caught her yesterday. And Tiffany is also very much known for hopping in on other StreamYard panels with other creators as well. You'll probably recognize her as we go through a lot of channels here in Tuber Chat because she's collaborated with so many people. She is monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And I think Chris's Creation Fun is the new name for the channel from Tiffany's husband. And this is where he's been bringing us 3D printing up until now, but might be expanding the content into other areas as well. So you can see he's posted quite a few videos already, most of which I've seen her run, and then a few shorts videos here. So we'll see what else is going to come up with the channel. He's got 36 subscribers right now. We'd love to push him a little bit farther on that road to the first 100. And we got the notification bell on for every channel, of course, to give us the best chance of catching as much content from each other as we possibly can. Just Jason Keto and more. Look at that. The wheel has chosen you again. The other day, this has been a fun weekend because on Saturday, I think Just Jason Keto was chosen second to last after 3 hours. And then yesterday, the first channel chosen, if I remember right. And then today, pretty early after you got in, which is great to see. So Just Jason Keto and More is a creator that's going to help us with healthy eating, healthy living, particularly focused on a keto-based diet or lifestyle. So he's updated his channel many times. The new banner says there is no finish line to the journey of health. And what he wants to inspire and instill in us is the idea that small changes over a long period of time can have great impact. A lot of people like myself will focus on the idea of like, oh, I got to lose weight, I got to get in shape, I got to get healthier. You know, it becomes more important as we get a little bit older. But Just Jason Keto and More has got a lot of different aspects on his channel. So first of all, lots of recipes. And I say the word recipe, and I wonder how many people think the way that I do. When you hear the word recipe, you're like, oh, I don't want to stand there in the kitchen for an hour. But some of the stuff is really easy. So like I've watched a couple of these chaffle recipes that he's got, and these are very easy. You know, it's egg, it's cheese, and a couple of other elements that just go in a waffle iron, but such a healthy alternative and so quick to make compared to some of the things we might think of. You know, if you've got almost everybody will probably have eggs around. Lots of people will have shredded cheese or the ability to shred cheese pretty quickly. Those are readily available. And then some of the other ingredients, once you've got it, you've got it. One trip to the grocery store gets you all you need to make tons and tons and tons of these things, right? Now, that's just one of the types of recipes that Just Jason Keto brings us, but I've seen this creator go as far as to pick up products from a grocery store, hack those up into an idea that will give us much more value for what we already bought. Something that was meant to be a meal or a snack can be spread out into many other types of snacks, if that makes sense. So he'll also help us understand the ingredients that we have to know about if we're going to keep in ketosis once we get there, some of the ingredients that we see and some of the things that are presented to us with keto in big bold lettering on the label, we have to understand the ingredients to know whether it's true or not, right? Because I keep seeing chocolate and peanut butter everywhere with keto on it, and I know that some of that might be possible, but Just Jason Keto and more in his community will help us understand a lot of those things and how that's going to affect us if we want to focus on a keto-based diet or lifestyle, which seems to be very popular. More and more I see videos, actually. I get lots of suggested videos from doctors. Dr. Eric Berg is somebody that I follow regularly. I happen to like that particular channel. It was shown to me by a friend, but he goes, talks all the time about a keto-based diet. So Just Jason Keto and more as well has a lot of guests on his channel. They will share their life experiences, their trials, tribulations, and give us tips and tricks as well. And he does that through videos and live streams, as a matter of fact. He's got a lot of product reviews on the channel. And then when we get into shorts, we see that some of his healthy-looking shorts have really done well, getting into thousands of views. One of them up to even 5,000 and 6,000 views. One over 22,000, and I've seen that one. Then we get into live streams. These are every Thursday at 7:30 Eastern, and I try to catch him when I can. Sometimes he's by himself. Sometimes he's got a guest. But this is where his community really comes together because they have vibrant conversation in the chat and everybody's kind of helping everybody, motivating everybody, inspiring each other. And I always find myself compelled to participate when I'm there. Sometimes I hop into live streams or Premiere. I'm just listening or watching while I'm working on a computer or whatever I'm doing. But sometimes you find yourself compelled to participate because the conversation is so vibrant. What you'll find is that whether you have comments or questions for Jason and his community, you'll get lots of help, lots of inspiration, and lots of motivation, along with tips and tricks from them based on what you want to talk about in the chat, which I think is really cool. One time in my life, I went on a diet and I lost 30 pounds in 2 months, and I say a diet because that's the way I was looking at it at the time. And I didn't know, but the person I was kind of doing this with, just a friend of mine, we had it in common. We had it to talk about every day, somebody to be accountable to. If I'd cheat and eat a chocolate bar or a bag of chips, I'd tell him at the end of the day. And, we'd motivate each other to try not to do that the next day. And, we'd plan to eat pizza once a week, and weeks went by, and we're like, no, let's do it next week. We're doing well, right? But I find that it really helped me to have somebody to do it with. And we had another friend that was kind of getting involved, doing his own thing, but at least we had it to talk about. When you think about all the different things that we talk about every day, all the time that otherwise might be, dare I say, wasted talking about things that maybe don't matter, it's so nice to be able to have hobbies like that. You can make a hobby out of the idea of a healthy lifestyle or a healthy diet, if you want to call it that, and then having that to talk about with some of your friends or other people can be motivating, right? And we're always giving each other ideas and other inspiration and this and that, if that makes sense. Express Baskets and Treats, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Be Bodacious is here. I'm going to put them on the wheel. They happen to be a member. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. The Bud Files is up right now. These are modern-day archaeologists. What this family seeks to do is uncover history and digitally preserve it through video. They do that with shorts and live streams as well. They've really expanded their content over the last year on the channel. They've actually been friends of a couple of years now as a minimum. It's probably getting closer to 3 years now that I think about it, but they seem to be everywhere all the time. They're out supporting other creators. I run into them constantly, and they're here with us in Tuber Chat every single day. They're working on 1,500 subscribers. They're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. You get an idea of the different destinations they're taking us to, a lot of history lessons here within their videos, but they also give us a chance to get to know the family, and they're both indoors and outdoors, giving us stories to be told, and giving us a chance to hang out with them. They've got 5,000 views on one of these shorts, 15,000, and lots of shorts all the way up to those numbers as well. They've got live streams, and here they could be doing just about anything. So sometimes they take us out for an adventure, but they could also be indoors. They could be singing, they could be dancing, they could be doing crafts or playing a game, and hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with them. Obviously, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters. So again, if anybody would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. If you haven't already given a thumbs up, I hope you will. They really do help, and if I've missed anything that you mentioned in the chat, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. We're going to go on break for 3.5 minutes. We'll come back with mom of 4 boys. All right, we're back and looking at Mama Four Boys. I did just dip into Instagram for a quick second there. Mike and Rihanna's Adventure sent over something. I have to be honest, I didn't see this already, but StreamYard, I haven't been using it lately, has got a new app, which is great to see. So apparently it's called StreamYard Guest. Now, the truth is, I don't know enough about it yet to be able to say much about it, but I'm going to go and explore it, and hopefully by the next time we stream, either Wednesday or Saturday, I'll have something to say about it. I had done a lot of live streaming a couple of years ago myself, and I was using StreamYard. It was my favorite, even on a phone, even though we had to use it through a browser. But the audio was just awful, and that's unfortunate. But I have a feeling they'll do much better with an app. And we'd always wished for that. Lots of us had wished that StreamYard would have an app. Here in Superchat, I actually used StreamYard for the first 30 or 40 episodes, and then we switched to OBS and Streamlabs Desktop, which is what I'm using now. It can be confusing for anybody that hasn't used these yet, but StreamYard is very popular. That's what YouTube and our community is using more often than anything else for panels where we have many different people on the screen at the same time. Very much like a Zoom call, but StreamYard seems to be the winner here in YouTube. And then now the fact that they're going to have an app is great. So I plan to have a look at it, see what it's capable of, and possibly even try it out. Not for TuberChat, because we're doing what we're doing here. This is going to stay the same, or we'll add to this the way it is. I'm using Streamlabs, which is much more capable. It's got lots more features available and customization, but we'll see what's going on with StreamYard there. Lady Lucy 4, good to see you in the house again. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still still active in the chat, we should get around to everybody. I did get Rage Gaming Jory onto the wheel. They happen to be a member. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. I'm going to start moving a little bit faster through channels now. We can stay up to another 45 minutes if everybody would like, and we'll get through as many channels as we can between now and then. Mama 4 Boys is a longtime friend, and this is somebody who's incredibly supportive to other creators as well. They're here in TuberChat frequently. They have got delicious looking content on their channel, so they bring a small amount of variety, but a lot of what they're bringing is cooking videos, and the idea behind this channel really hits home for me because a lot of what I see here looks like a lot of meals that I've grown up with and continue eating today. And one of the compelling things I found about this particular channel is that they take a lot of ideas that we might have picked up from a prepared section or frozen food section from the grocery store, and they show us how to make some of these things at home. A typical idea would be hamburger helper. They show us how to make our own pizza. They've gotten into a lot of different ideas here. They show us traditional meals like the St. Patrick's Day meal they did last year, and a lot of the things, you get an idea of what we're looking at here. I'm going to be starving by the time we're done with TuberChat today after looking at this channel. I'm always hungry after TuberChat because we're here for 3 hours, right? And somebody like me, I don't miss a lot of meals. But looking at this right now, I can almost feel my mouth watering thinking about what I'm going to do when I eat an hour from now. And then as well, live streams are something that they might pick up in the future. They've played with that a couple of times. Mama 4 Boys getting close to 1,500 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. And again, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters, and they have been for a long time here. Fairbrick Studio is coming up right now. We'll see what they've got going on. They've been here for another 2 hours today. They're here with us just about every stream and for literally hours at a time, for which I'm grateful. Fairbrick Studio is an interesting channel that I'm still getting to know. They've started to expand into some variety, but they started with Lego stop motion videos, and actually here in Canada, I don't know if it was done across North America, but in Canada a week or two ago, YouTube was featuring a lot of stop motion channels, which is really, really cool. And Fairbrick Studio has got quite a few shorts on the front of their channel here for us to get an idea about. They've gotten into 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, and even 15,000 views on one of these. They've got videos as well that feature some video gameplay along with Lego builds and some other games as well. So hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with this channel. I still didn't look at that Lego Tower game. How did I not look at that? I have limited time for playing games right now, but I do love them. I used to play this game. I went on about this the other day as well. There's a game, I thought it was called Tiny Tower, and I can't remember what it is now, and I played it for a long time. They had a Star Wars version. I think they had to take it off. I don't know whether licensing or whatever. But this one is Lego Tower. It's the same game, and it's almost it's not quite an idle clicker, like you do play the game, but really, really cool. You build a tower that's like condos, right? So it's got residences and it's got little businesses. You could put like a cafe and a hair salon and all this stuff, and then you make the people go up the elevator, and it's really, really cool. If nobody's seen this kind of game, it's one of the world's most popular mobile games. Like it's always in, I think, the top 100 list. I think it was called Tiny Tower, but it's cool to see that Lego one, but I still got to go look at that. Tend the sheep where you are, don't pass them by. Thank you again for another super chat. She's done that countless times. She's actually a longtime friend who's reset and restarted her channel. She wants to inspire us in a spiritual way. We always put super chatters on the screen right away in order, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel shortly. Tend the sheep where you are, don't pass them by is posting frequently, and some of you remember Kitty Mom Adventures, who's a longtime friend. That's the creator behind this channel. She's bringing a little bit of variety in between the spiritual inspiration. We get into 1,200 views and beyond here, and then as well we get into live streams. It's been a couple of months, but she was streaming frequently. We'll see if she's going to pick those back up. I've actually been on this creator's original channel with her. We did a 4-hour live stream one time, and Mr. Naz, who's very much famous for having named the Wheel of Doom here in Tuber Chat, joined us as well. So tend the sheep where you are, don't pass them by. Thank you again for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. Hopefully everybody will connect with this channel, and like I said, they're going to inspire us in a spiritual way. Henry Nelson is coming up right now. In the meantime, if anybody would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Oh, where is our Henry Nelson? Why isn't it coming up right away? And thank you, Jesse Miller Unboxings and More, for the highlighted milestone message. Those are really cool because they're a free bonus for anybody that's an official member on a channel. And they fly through the chat like a super chat, but they're colored green for the members. So did you see that glitch there? I couldn't find Henry Nelson because I'm already subscribed to them, but it looked like I wasn't. Then when we pull the channel up, it says subscribed. So sometimes, especially if you're on a computer, you see that. You go to a channel, you think you're not actually subscribed to them. But if you refresh the page, it comes up. So there's Henry Nelson right there. This is a creator who lets us know they're not a professional, but they do live on a farm. So they're going to bring us some nature and wildlife videos. They've got quite a few shorts here, and we see that they've been posting frequently. Now, I like this. YouTube is letting us know which videos are new. I don't know if that means, it can't mean that they're new to us, because I've seen this channel many times. Like, you know, they're here with us every day. I'm putting them up on the screen, or every time we stream, but they're fairly new, so I gotta have a look at how long ago the new sticker stays for, if that means a week or how long it is. As well, they've gotten some of these shorts into 3,000 views and one almost 6,000 views, which is great to see. And then videos here tend to be quite short, even the regular videos, but they post frequently. So we'll keep an eye on the channel, hopefully catch much more from them. And we always have our notification bell on for every channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and catching as much as we can from each other as well. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up on the screen. Okay, right before I put this channel up, Madonna Ballard. I don't think that's a channel that we know, but I'll look for it right now. I'm assuming this is the channel that Kitty Mom Adventures is talking about. So thank you for that. This is a channel we don't know yet, but this is somebody that Tend the Sheep Where You Are, Don't Pass Them By wanted to introduce us to. Somebody who could use some help with watch hours possibly. So I see that they're monetized, but even after we're monetized, we got to make sure that we keep those watch hours up. And then when we look at this channel, we see that they are somebody that wants to bring us some crochet, along with a bit more variety on their channel. So I'll just dig through it for a quick second, and then hopefully after things are better for them, they'll come through the Tuber Chat family. But thank you for that again. Tend the Sheep Where You Are, Don't Pass Them By, for introducing us to another channel. And I just went through that one quickly, but they're already working on 2,200 subscribers. So hopefully we get them one or two more friends so that they can get a little bit closer. Rage Gaming Jory is here with 721 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 800 that they're going to be thinking about. This creator is bringing us what I thought it was a PlayStation exclusive channel, but I'm wrong. So they've got Xbox One, PlayStation 4. They love gaming. They're going to bring us a lot of different variety here. And when we look at the shorts videos on this channel, we see that they've gotten over 2,000 views, one over 2,500, which is great to see. I have heard and seen a little bit that shorts videos seem to do pretty well when it comes from a gaming channel, especially when it's very focused. So that's a bit of a hint there. And one of the things we think about when we use shorts is that we're hoping that the people who watch our shorts videos and end up subscribing to our channels are going to watch our long form videos. When you have a niche channel or something that brings, let's say, video gameplay, pardon me, even when you switch the games up, the idea that somebody is into some of these games means that they might have a good chance of sticking around for the long form content. So we'll keep an eye on some of these channels and hopefully figure out whether that's true or not. So this creator is also doing a lot of live streams and videos. And forgive me, I know I look frustrated for a second and I'm rolling my eyes there because, like I said, I was going to be starving now because of watching Mama Four Boys channel there, because I'm thinking to myself, okay, about 45 minutes from now after Tuber Chat, I'm going to get a chance to go and see what I'm going to do about lunch. And you know when you get that thought in your head and you're already hungry and it's kind of like eating away at you, no pun intended there. That's what I think I've got going on now. Jesse Miller Unboxings and More is coming up. This is somebody who else is a dear friend. They've been with us for at least a couple of years. Jesse Miller Unboxings and More supports on all of my channels. The reason why I mention that sometimes when I notice it, I don't catch it from every creator, but when I notice like Jesse Miller Unboxings and More, Just Chasing Keto and More, and a couple other creators were really spending a lot of time with me this summer on my personal channel when I was doing some obscure live streams, let's just say. And I really do appreciate that extra generous support, but they're also involved, like they're also supporting our music channel. If anybody hasn't already seen that, all the same music that you hear in the background of Tuber Chat is available as copyright-free music that you can use in your videos and live streams. Most of our videos on the music channel have MP3 links in the bottoms of the descriptions. But the music's available on all major platforms like Spotify and Deezer and Amazon and everywhere else. Jesse Miller Unboxings and More obviously is going to bring us unboxings and a little bit more. What we're going to do is look at her videos. I see them behind. I'm just going to take the one she put out yesterday and put it in my catch-up list. She's got a featured video here as well, so I'm going to put that one in there also, and I'll at least run these, if not watch them. But what that does is when you have a featured video here at the top of the channel, the next time that I go back to the channel after I've run or watched it, that video will disappear, and then the channel, everything else will move up. When we get into the shorts on Jesse Miller's channel, we see that these have gotten into 1,200 and 1,300 views. One of them over 2,200, which is great to see. And then live streams are something she does occasionally, but we'll keep an eye on the channel and see if she's going to do any of those again in the near future. She's done several of them already. AceFlaw1 is in the house. Good to see you here. If anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for this live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. And if you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Kermagin, Alaska is coming up right now. We'll see what they've got going on their channel for today. We've got another channel in the house, and that is AU and Me. Good to see you in the house. Oh, AU and Me. Hopefully I've got that pronounced correctly. And if that's not right, I'd love it if you'd correct me just so that I can mention your channel name the way that you want it to be said. And I'll appreciate it, of course. And then Kermagin, Alaska. Let's just read from their About page before anything else. It's been a while since they've been there. Sarah, Rob, and Zeus, a remote off-grid homestead and soon-to-be Airbnb, which located 13 miles north of the frontier town of Talkeetna, Alaska. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And then this is really interesting. So off-grid is what they're going to be bringing us. So a step farther than a lot of our homesteading content, but I would group this channel in with that collection. When we get into their shorts, we see they've already got 1,400 views and 1,700 views. I always thought that a pontoon plane would be cool. I've not been in one yet. I've gone flying in smaller planes several times, but pontoon plane I just thought was the coolest thing ever. I love the idea. I'm not as adventurous as I probably wish I might be. And I tend to think about safety all the time. So as opposed to a motorcycle, my favorite toy in the world is a Sea-Doo, because you still have the fun of the speed and, you know, rolling around and everything else, but there's far less of a chance of a life-changing injury, right? And same goes with a pontoon plane. So many more places to land if you find yourself in need. But I've learned through some flight lessons, actually, that planes are a lot safer than I think most people think of, and certainly than I ever did, right? And taking a few lessons or talking to somebody who does that kind of thing can kind of open our eyes to the idea that these things are safer than we think. But I think pontoon planes are cool. When I was growing up, my grandparents lived in a cottage for the winter. They're what we call snowbirds. So they lived in a cottage in a city 3 hours away from Toronto during the winter, or pardon me, during the summer months, and then they took off to Florida during the winter. But on the lake in which their cottage was located, they had somebody with a pontoon plane, and I used to look at it, mesmerized by how cool I thought it was. I'm going to grab the latest video from Kermagin, Alaska, and put this into my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to catch up with them the smallest bit as well. And then live streams are something that they've got coming up. So they've been going live regularly on Mondays lately. Hopefully I'll catch you for one of these. Monday's a tough day for me, but I will try to catch some of these. They're going live today at 8 p.m. So we got a few friends. There's a few live streams all coming up from our friends today, including Garden State Gardener, who was here earlier. For the life of me, I can't remember if it was Butler Family Farm that had one set up, or somebody, forgive me for being mistaken about that, but there's a few tonight, and I say tonight, I'm in the Eastern time zone, of course, but 8 p.m. my time, which is 7 hours from now-ish, we're going to see Kermagin, Alaska going live as well, which is cool. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up here. Kimberly Gila is coming up into the chat, so thank you for being here. And Growing What I Eat is in the house. I got to get them on the wheel. They happen to be a member. We'll take it slow, but we'll add names to the wheel as we need them. Let's go for one more break. We'll go for 3.5 minutes. We'll come back with Be Bodacious. have to cut off our break for a second because I've got a co-host here. Trouble Von Cuddlepuss. Here, look at the light. We talked about this before. This is Trouble Von Cuddlepuss. He's a very good boy, and he likes to make cameo appearances on Tuber Chat, but only very briefly before he gets upset and starts running away and growling at me and everything else. But I thought everybody would like to see him because he hasn't been on for a while. And now we're about to look at Cooking with Net. So let's... I hope I'm right about that. I must have spun the wheel before we went on break there, but I actually stepped away. Cooking with Net, let's see what they've got going on. Oh, sorry, I said it was going to be Bodacious. My mistake. My mistake. Bodacious will come up next. And then DJ K Fusion, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. I am going to put Bodacious up next. I made a mistake there and put up this particular channel, Cooking with Nat, but they're here with us frequently as well. So Sweet Treats is what they're going to bring us. This is a channel I'm still getting to know. I'm going to grab one of their most popular videos here, and I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. It'll give me a chance to get another piece of content watched from this channel while I get to know them. When we look at their About section, we get an idea of what they plan to bring us. So they wanted to make a cooking channel after watching some... Oh, they have 2 channels, actually. They got another channel, which is interesting to see. And then they'll try different recipes, but they'll give us their successes along with their failures as well. We can read that on their About page, which is cool. 1,300 subscribers right now. Let's see what they've got going on in their shorts videos. More delicious looking content here, but they've gotten into 5,000, 6,000, even 9,000 views with one of these. Live streams are something they might think about picking up in the future, and they've got videos coming out fairly frequently, so it looks like more than once a week, which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with Cooking with Net. I've got one more video to watch from you now so that I can get to know the channel a little bit better. And then the idea is, of course, hopefully you hear from the stories that I tell about a lot of the channels that we put on the screen, that I get to know the channels and the stories improve as I get to know the creators better as well. Anybody can reach out anytime. By the way, I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. Bodacious is here with 4,000 subscribers, so it's great to see that they've just hit another major milestone. You know, I say of channels of this size that there must be much to be learned from them, as well as entertained and inspired by, because of what they must have already been through in their YouTube journey to get to a level of, let's say, 3,000 and beyond. 3,000 seems to be a pretty telling marker here in the Tuber Chat family. So when we look at Bodacious, we're going to have a look at their About page. They're a Tennessee girl with a van, service dog, and a passion for solo female travel. They want us to travel better. And then they'll give us some more information on their About page. I'm going to take the video that they've got in the featured position here, which is a stream replay. But what happens is when you feature a video on your front page like this, after it's been watched, when the person goes back to the channel again, that video will disappear back into the channel. So let's see what else they've got going on for videos here. Lots of variety, lots of outdoor content from Bodacious. And then shorts on the channel have moved into 6,000 views, 10,000 on a couple of them, which is great to see as well. Hopefully everybody will connect with them. They're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They've got a live stream coming up tomorrow afternoon, which is great to see, and hopefully I'll catch you for one of these. That might be tough. That's right after, not too long after Scratch and Pete PA's premiere, actually, 1 p.m. Eastern. Scratch and Pete is on at 12:15, of course. Portal to the Paranormal PTTP. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Growing What I Eat is coming up next. We'll see what they've got going on their channel. And I'll get a couple more names onto our wheel from our chat list in a second here. Growing What I Eat has got 958 subscribers, so they're officially on the road to 1K, but they're actually getting close as well, which is great to see. I'm going to get Express Baskets and Treats, Natural 247, as well as the mother and daughter duo, and KK's travel and education vlogs onto the wheel for now. We'll take it one at a time after that. We'll see what we can do in the next 20 minutes or so. Growing What I Eat is somebody who's going to help us from the homesteading community of channels, talking about different types of tropical fruit, as well as citrus trees, vegetables, berries, plants, sweet potatoes, and much more. And their idea is to grow as much of their own food as they can. They're going to share us their tips and tricks so that we can do the same. I'm just going to grab their latest video. It's quite short. I'll put it in my catch-up list, though. I'm going to look at the shorts videos they've got on the channel, and these have gotten into 2,000 views and beyond. One over 4,000, which is great to see. And then when we get into live streams, they've actually been doing these frequently again, which is great. Hopefully I'll catch them for one. It's been a couple of months now, right, since I've caught them for a live stream. But we've always got notification bells on for every channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other, and in the spirit of catching as much content from each other as we can as well. Express Baskets and Treats is coming up. Let's see what they've got going on their channel for today. This is one I'm still getting to know. 124 subscribers. And then, pardon me for a quick second, how do you find the order to the shorts? So when we look at shorts videos, if somebody's got an abundant number of shorts, you can click the popular tab. But then when you get onto a shorts video like this, you have the chance to give it a thumbs up. I'll show everybody a quick trick for a second here as well. We've talked about this a few times, but when you look at a shorts video, it's easier to do on a computer than anything else. But if I want to go to the URL and take out the word shorts and put in the word watch, then it comes up like a regular video with all the same controls that we're used to and things like that. So I'll just share it out on Reddit for them for a second. For those of you who haven't seen it, we have our own Reddit community where anybody can share their videos, and it's quick and easy to do. You can see that it's almost as easy as Twitter. And this is where we can benefit from these extra controls and things that we might not have otherwise seen. The idea to save it to playlists and things like that as well. So let's look at what else they've got going on Express Baskets and Treats right now. Some of the shorts have already started to move towards a couple hundred views, and they've got a few videos out already as well. So hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with them. 124 subscribers. They're looking at gifts and treats for all occasions and holidays, including affordable holiday gift ideas, which I know is going to be a big search, especially over the next couple of months, probably starting just a few days from now. Kathy Payne is coming up next. We'll see what this creator's got going on. They are talking about tours in Hawaii, and they're here with us frequently. Kathy Payne now has over 500 subscribers, so they have to be excited about that new restriction in the YouTube Partner Program where you can be monetized with 500 subscribers and 3,000 hours of watch time. Kathy Payne has got a shorts video there. Hopefully she continues these. When we look at the About page, we see Aloha Freedom Tours Hawaii, and then lots of information about what to expect from the creator and the channel. I can see I'm behind. I'm just going to grab one of the latest videos. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. And then live streams are something we might see from this creator in the future as well. If anybody would like to swap playlists, by the way, with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. If you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And then yeah, monetization is something that can take a while, but we do the swapping playlist here, which can speed things up. But every channel that wants to be monetized really can be. It's just a matter of time. Posting one video a week is enough to make your channel grow organically. Watch time comes along with that. If you pay attention to your analytics, you'll get an idea of what's helping people watch your videos longer. You learn that by seeing where they're dropping off. So if you make a video and people keep leaving after you say certain things, you can change the way that you narrate your videos, let's just say, or change the way you film, even the way you edit to get a little more retention, get people to stay longer, right? That's where your watch hours will be really benefiting, if that makes sense. Pardon me, I haven't been drinking enough. My voice has just about had it for today. Maritza's Yarn and Crafts is up right now as well. This creator's got a few shorts out there. Let's see what they've got going on. Some of these have gotten into a couple hundred views, but one of them over almost 800, which is great to see. This creator does crochet, sewing, drawing, painting, gardening, and travel with a little bit more variety. I'm going to grab their latest video. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to get caught up with them a little bit. They've got shorts that we saw already. When we dig through the channel, we get an idea of some of the variety here. We got lots of friends in the crochet and sewing and knitting circles, and 341 subscribers on this channel, so hopefully we can push them a little bit farther towards the 400 that they're thinking about. We'll spin the wheel and we'll get another channel up onto the screen in a second here. Looks like it's going to be KK's Travel and Education Vlogs. If anybody hasn't already given us a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And, 814 subscribers on KK's Travel and Education Vlogs. This is one I'm still getting to know, but their channel's about traveling and education, all about having fun family channel. When we look at what they've got going on here, we see that they're posting videos frequently, usually a couple times a week, which is great to see. It's a big start for a channel. They've only got a few videos there, which is interesting with 800 subscribers. So they're growing well. Shorts are probably having some to do with that. They've got almost 3,000 on a couple of these, 3,200 on one, and 10,000 views on one of their shorts videos. And then they've got live streams coming up. They did one yesterday, and they expect to do these what looks like a couple of times a week. So they got one. Oh, actually, they're going to be doing them the next 2 days as well. So hopefully everybody will enjoy this. They got one coming up on Thursday and then Friday again, by the look of it, which is great to see. So the more frequently these happen, the more those watch hours will stack up as well. And that's KK's Travel and Education Vlogs. And let's spin the wheel. They're here with us just about every single day as well. And my pleasure, Maritza's Yarn and Crafts. I know when we get towards the end of the stream, like we start off and my speeches can be pretty long and long-winded at times. When we get past the second hour, I usually start moving a little bit faster. And as we look towards the third hour, I really start speeding through channels, but that's in an effort to get as many on as we can. So the mother and daughter duo is up right now with 898 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that 900 we know that they're thinking about. The mother and daughter duo are fairly new here in the Tuber Chat family, just finding us a few weeks ago, but they've been with us just about every single day, and I know they're out supporting other creators as well. The mother and daughter duo obviously is a mother and daughter combo. And now we see what's going to happen here. So if somebody doesn't have their about page filled out, they just have a blank spot here. So actually, never mind. That's a glitch. Forgive me, I'm mistaken. I think it might be because their first line is not there, or is it just a glitch? Maybe YouTube is glitching with this while they're getting this ready. They've got a lot of information on their about page. So hopefully everybody will check that out when you get there. When we look at their videos, we see that they are posting about once a week. Hopefully they'll have a new one coming up shortly. They're taking us indoors, outdoors as well. They've got shorts on the channel. Pardon me, I need a second. I'll be right back. Forgive me, my allergies are catching up to me there. I'm allergic to everything. The mother and daughter duo, these shorts, let's have a look at what these have got going on. These have gotten into 1,400 and 1,800 views, which is cool. And then live streams are something they've been doing frequently as well. So they were just out yesterday in New York, and then again a week ago, which is cool. So hopefully they keep that up. Live streams can be a way to really grow your watch hours quickly. Growing What I Eat, thank you so much for the super chat. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. They've done that before. We saw that channel already. We're going to spin the wheel now. I did put Cabaret Gaming on there. And Ace Flaw 1 is coming up right now. Pardon me, I'm going to need one more second and then we'll look at that channel. Let's see what Ace Flaw 1 has got going on. This is a creator I've been connected to for about 4 years. And Ace Flaw 1 is Andy. He brings travel videos more than anything else. He posts occasionally, but his channel's now approaching 4,500 subscribers. He's also got a few shorts here. And it's interesting. Hopefully you take inspiration from the idea that these friendships on YouTube can go on for that long. Andy was there with me on my personal channel long before Tuber Chat was even a thought. He's one of the first creators I actually met in the small YouTuber community. I'd already been on YouTube for 1.5 years or 2 years. And he was with me through some playlist buddy experiments we were doing before we started Tuber Chat. And it's interesting because so many years later, now I talk often about the idea of, creators with more than one channel. What I always recommend is the idea of doing a series of videos on your original channel, regardless of the niche, and then seeing how you feel about it. If it's something you're going to continue with, if it's something you enjoy doing, before breaking off into a second channel. When I started Tuber Chat, I already decided I was going to do it. It's not the first grow stream that's out there. There had been many out for almost a year before that. Lots of the creators of those channels are friends of ours, and they've helped us as well. But I didn't realize, for all these times I keep saying that's exactly what we did with Tuber Chat. I did about 10 practice runs on my personal channel so that we could figure out exactly what we were going to do before we started and get our streams, kind of get our ducks in a row before we started streaming 3.5 years ago. Ace Flaw 1 was there for all of that and continues to be here today for almost every live stream. And after 600 episodes of Tuber Chat, you can imagine what kind of a loyal and dedicated supporter that is. So I bring it up so that you can get some of that support coming back to you. His shorts have got over 1,500 views on one of them as well. We'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel coming up. Oh, lavender is an idea. I'll have to look into that, Kathy Piena, but thank you for that tip. Yeah, I'm allergic to everything. Dust, first of all, which you can't avoid, right? Like, dust is everywhere all the time, even when you try to keep things tidy and clean and everything else. But also pets. You saw me grab one of the cats earlier. That could be detrimental. Even when I take allergy medicine, I'm just sensitive to everything, hot, cold. The good news is that whenever I have to take something, like let's say if I use melatonin to go to sleep, which is not frequently, but if I do, if I have a headache and I take some Advil or Tylenol, it works within 15 minutes. Everything works the way it's supposed to. If I'm sick, I have to take some medicine. It works right away. But it means my allergies are also extremely sensitive for some reason. Creative Beauty Butterfly is a channel we've seen before. I'm just going to have a look through their videos. I can see I'm behind. They've posted a few more now. I'm just going to take the latest one. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. I love breakfast ideas. Breakfast is one of my favorite things. Often I would rather eat breakfast. Like, I'd rather skip dinner than breakfast. And I absolutely have done the breakfast for dinner thing a million times. Shorts videos on this channel, let's see how they're doing. These have gotten into 2,000, 3,000, and even 5,000 views, which is great to see. Live streams are something that they do occasionally. They've been doing them more frequently lately, so hopefully that's something they're going to keep up with. And then they've got 222 subscribers, so I'm hoping we can push them towards the 300 that they're thinking about. KNRP, Kim Polton, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. We're looking at Cabarar Gaming next, and Cabarar Gaming is a longtime friend. They've been with us for about 3 years as well. And they bring a lot of video gameplay. They play a lot of Grand Theft Auto, which I'm always happy to see, but they really mix up the gameplay. So lately they've been doing some Pokemon Crystal Queso. Is that how we pronounce that? I hadn't seen that game before. I'm going to take their latest video. I know it's long. I'm going to put it at the end of my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with them. They've got shorts on their channel as well. And this is an example of what I was talking about earlier, saying that sometimes gaming channels can do well with shorts. They've got 15,000, 38,000, and another one over 38,000, and then they've got live streams as well, and they mix up the video gameplay here. I have caught them many times streaming. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. When we get to Cabarar Vlogs, we see a second channel from this same creator where they're going to give us tips, tricks, tech, and tutorials from the same creator behind Cabarar Gaming. Some of these can be a little more advanced than what we have when we think about beginning our YouTube journey, but very helpful videos. They've got some shorts here as well, and then live streams. They've just been building up some watch hours here, but we'll see what they're going to do with this channel as they continue. Next up is going to be Calm Natural 247, so we'll spin the wheel just for fun. They're a longtime friend. They've been with us a couple years as well, so it's great to see them in the chat today. Calm Natural 247 is going to bring us relaxing content, almost in an ASMR style, with pleasing visuals as well as audio. And they are working on 1,100 subscribers. Hoping we can push them a little bit farther. Uplift your mood is what they want to instill in us when we get to their channel. When we get to shorts videos, some of these have gotten into hundreds of views, which is great to see. They post frequently, so I'm just going to grab the latest video from a few days ago, put that in my catch-up list. So it's been a little while. Maybe they're getting back to posting now, but streaming is what they do most frequently. So it looks like, yeah, they've been doing these even more frequently, which is great. Hopefully everybody will catch them for that. We got notification bells on for every channel, and that's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and catching as much content as we can from each other as well. So KNRP Kim Polton, I'm going to put you on the wheel right now with Clock Family Adventures. We're lucky today. We've got time for another couple of channels. And I'm going to leave Tuber Chat running for an extra 3 minutes so that everybody can clean up their connections here before we go off for the rest of the day. So let's see what K and RP Kim Polton has got going on right now. This is a channel we haven't had on the screen yet, but they've been with us a few times already. So this is one of the reasons I was thinking I hadn't seen this yet, so I wanted to put them up. 238 subscribers. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take your latest video. I'm going to put this into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here 3, sometimes 4 times a week, but we mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. Oh, I grabbed one of your live streams and put it in my watch later list. That's okay, and then next time I'll watch a video. So we'll get you a few more watch minutes there, which is cool. We'll spin the wheel. We'll get Clock Family Adventures up here, And thank you, everybody, for the time that you spent today. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. Forgive me for the channels if we did not get to anybody. We'll be back hopefully on Wednesday, but for sure on Saturday. Thank you, Scratch and Pete PA. Of course, I don't know how he does what he does, but he's here for us all the time. And thank you to our other moderators who are here. Clock Family Adventures is coming up right now. Let's see what they've got going on. And they are very much a part of the travel and cruising community. I run into them constantly supporting other creators and in StreamYard panels with others as well. I'm just going to grab this video that they've got on their front page here from Las Vegas. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list and see what they've got going on with that. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They've got almost 1,300 subscribers. Hopefully we can push them a little bit closer. When we get into their shorts videos, some of these have really moved into 12,000, 15,000, even 21,000 views. And then when we get into live streams, we see that they're doing these frequently, usually at least once a week. Lots of familiar faces on their channel. Mike and Rihanna's Adventures, Eddie Lugo Studios, Destination Fun, and some more of our friends there, which is great to see. So thank you, everybody, for the time that you spent again. Forgive my quick exit, but we're going to see everybody again in a couple of days, hopefully Wednesday, and if not, it'll be Saturday and Sunday like we always do. Thanks again, everyone. Bye-bye.